Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Friday Draft League, Week 5. I am your host, Willie. I am joined by my two casters. My play-by-play is Cade and 303, and the color caster is Zyduck here. Taking a look at both the teams today, we've got Team Guacamole. I believe they'll be blue side starting off in Game 1. Other team is Night Shift Pandas. Taking a look at both the teams here, pretty evenly distributed teams, pretty even in terms of rank. Not that they're all the same rank, but the distribution. We've got silver, we've got gold, plat, and diamond player apiece. So just taking a look at both these teams, most players are on roll. Notably, Team Guac's silver player, their lowest rated player, is autofilled on the support, and I do think that will have a little bit of an impact going into this series, because on the other side of the aisle, Night Shift Pandas, their top rated player is Diamond 1, and he's also in the bot lane. So I think we'll end up with a little bit of imbalance in the bot lane. We could see a hard carry coming out of the bot lane here. Um,
Well, I'll admit, Tay on Night Shift Pandas is a master ADC, so it's gonna be something we'll have to watch. If
yeah.
I'm not mistaken, the Risen leagues that ranks that can participate in Draft League are from Silver, and maybe lower if with some exceptions, all the way to the Apex tiers. So
Mhm.
you do see a wide variety of players.
Yep, definitely got to keep our eyes out for that player. But in terms of champion pools, it seems like most of these players have some decent balance. I'm seeing a lot of different picks from a lot of different players. Night Shift Pandas, though, they do have a couple of players whose match history is filled with one champion. Their support favoring the Thresh and their jungler favoring the Udyr. Zyduk, I want to ask you if you think there's going to be a target ban on either of these two things, or if Team Guac has prepared some counter picks for these guys.
Yeah, I think I do think I'd probably like to see some target bans come out, especially on that Udyr. But I think the Thresh is one that can be easily countered if they want to put their if Team Guac want to put their support on something like the Blitzcrank, the Nautilus, the Morgana, maybe to stop some of that CC coming through. I think this Thresh is one that could be easily countered. So I'll be interested to see what direction they go with that. Whether they decide to just target ban it out, or they ban something that's more meta and then go for the target.
Well, here's the deal with Team Guac. Their ADC has played 3 games of Kai'Sa within their last 10, but their top laners also played Darius 5 within their last 10. So
Well, there is
yes,
some favoring there, yeah.
Team Guac do have characters that they want to pick as one tricks, but even then they could be target bans like the Udyr or the Thresh that we brought up. So some players may be forced to pick something else.
Yes, sir. Definitely some favorites on both sides, but we'll see what both teams decide to do. I definitely agree with you, Zyduk, when you say that they should be looking to counter the Thresh. If they ban the Thresh out, Team Night Shift Pandas, they definitely have the stronger bot lane, just going by ranks. So I'm thinking if they ban the Thresh out, instead of Thresh, they're just going to pick something like the Blitzcrank or the Nautilus, like you said, and they're going to bring their ADC and try and get some early quick kills and get them a lead. But we're going to see what both teams decide to do because we are heading into the draft now.
And the first thing that gets banned is Udyr. That is a target on Mox, so they'll have to figure out something else to play. Maokai getting banned by Night Shift Pandas, they are worried about It's not really a one trick, but it is a meta pick, so it is banned.
Hmm. Yeah, it's been strong across all the weeks of draft league, and
And it's even been strong in pro play too. And
yeah,
oh, there's a Zaya getting banned.
yeah. Zaya's a strange. I don't see much Zaya. I don't think. So maybe they know something we don't, or maybe they are just scared of that champion. Maybe it shows what Team Glock are gonna want to try do. They're gonna try get dives on this bot lane, and Zaya's one of those champions that disallows that when she hits level 6. Jarvan banned on the other side. So a
Ooh.
lot of these engaged junglers they're trying to ban away. So
So
there's
here's the deal.
Thresh.
There goes the Thresh and the Camille being covered. I'm not sure who
And there's Camille
plays
ban
it.
away. This is just inviting the
Team
Darius, no?
Guac Junglers played a lot of engaged
Mhm.
picks like the Maokai, like the J4, but it's actually gonna be a B1 Kaisa being picked.
Yeah.
So while Darius was open, Guac goes for something else. Taking a
Kai's
look
also.
at who the Kaisa
Oh,
pick.
I feel like these two picks have been
What?
the draft league classics over these past few weeks. The Kai'Sa picked up with that static ship build. She becomes quite a hype carry shredding through these team fights, and then the Nico, the distortion, especially in a bit less organized play, cause havoc. And there it is, Nico locked in. So
Well, here's the deal. Even with these squishy champions like Nico or Caitlyn or whoever you
mhm.
pick for mid and ADC and support, depending on how squishy they are, or a dueling
Ooh,
champion. But regardless of whether it's Varus is locked in or not, if you're Guac, you can easily respond by picking Jax. Jax is an engaged jungler. That is
mhm.
up. Not only can you engage with Jax, you can also win duels.
Yeah, yeah, and
He's very easy to win duels with.
mhm.
So that is
I
still
think
a possibility if you want to play an engaged jungler.
this Zyra trying to outrace the
That could
Mars there.
work for an engage too. Not not saying
I
that's what you
mean,
should go with,
I
but
do,
there's
I
a
do, I
Zac
do
and
like
that's
Zack. I
locked
think,
in.
and I think I'd like Nautilus to be locked in here. Nautilus is a bit of a classic pairing with Kaiser, and it would help to shut down whatever champ they're trying to play in support. But I am curious to see where they go. Zack is just this engaged threat, something that they seem to overlook. He's also been really strong with the demonic embrace build over the past few years. Oh, Blitzcrank locked in.
Ooh.
Fun.
Yeah, the thing about Blitzcrank is that it is an engage champion too. So
Mhm.
a lot of the engaged picks did get through.
Yeah,
That's maybe not the engaged picks we were expecting.
can't
Blitzcrank,
ban them
you
all.
can answer that directly into a Thresh. I'd say with Thresh's wind up on his hook, you can
Mhm.
just use Blitzcrank you while the Thresh
Yeah,
is winding up on the hook and interrupt the Thresh.
and
It's,
there's the
it's beautiful to see that. A lot of
who picked
Braum.
up. Yeah,
Yeah, it seemed to be a
this.
last minute decision on for Night Shift Pandas on red side here.
Yeah, no, I do like Brom obviously into this Kaiser into a comp which is trying to go in Brom is obviously really strong. We have the R for the disengage, and most importantly, the shield stops them from a lot of this front up damage. And there's a Victor. Both these mid laners do really enjoy these scaling picks. Nick already picked, so
Yeah, I believe Victor might be a target ban onto best here.
yeah, it's just these safe scaling mid laners. Nico wants to try punish
Oop,
somebody early, but
there goes Nazir.
yeah,
And an
this is what I'm
Oriana ban.
expecting.
Okay.
Uh,
Oriana, I don't think we've touched a lot on,
see, I still I'm
but
slightly
Best
confused
does have a
because
65% win rate and a 4.24 to 1 kill to death ratio. That could very well be a target ban.
yeah, yeah, it is just these scaling mid lane. I don't know why Azir was banned away. I feel like they already have the mid laner picked with Nico. Although I guess they're just watching for the jungle flex, which can possibly come out.
There's
So
a
yeah,
Wukong where I think that might have been jungle ban here. No, Udyr is banned, so yeah, they're Mox does play a good J4 J4 on 479 to 1 KDA. not a whole lot of Wukong, but there is a Poppy locked in. Poppy is as you know is a champion that can go top and jungle, but if you really want to play aggressive and support, say let's say you decided to not pick the Braum and you went Poppy instead, that could very well be a good support pick with the engage on her E. So Poppy is an interesting pick. Not sure where it's going quite yet. There's Nari being locked in. Yeah, we're gonna wait. I think we're experiencing some technical difficulties here. Sorry about that. Ari is an engaged champion that can be a problem with her zoning ease. Yep, and then AJ's is locked too. So
Had a bit of a dropout. Seems to be something about
it's
Fridays at
Jace and
this time.
Silas
Silas
too.
picked up in response. Yeah,
So this is very well likely to be a Silas. Well,
yeah.
this could be Silas Jungle. This could be Silas Jungle.
Yeah. All three of the
I can't
champions,
rule that out.
the
Poppy
the
and
Silas, the
Silas
Poppy, the Nico could all be
Silas and
flexed around. So
put the Nico mid, put Silas top Poppy jungle. That's also a thing.
yeah.
Zach we know is a jungler. Blitzcrank support.
Hmm.
Jace is going. Jace could be the top. And there's a joke about how NA Jace is a thing.
Yeah.
Uh, so we're just gonna have to watch the in-game champ selectors. That's starting up
Hmm.
now. So I'm thinking maybe in the in the oh that's too loud. All right. So I'm thinking we have to watch the chain everything
Yeah.
in the
So
in game champ select to figure out where everything
I
is
think
going.
I
But do
think
you think
Poppy
do
Braum.
you have any rough ideas on where this Poppy could go?
Uh, it's I would guess. No, I don't. Literally, all three of the champions can be played in all three of the roles. So like, it all could be going anywhere. But I think the Poppy is an incredibly good pick here. It stops what the Jace is trying to do. It stops what the Zac is trying to do. What the Kaiser is trying to do. And then the Braum, it's that follow up. It's all this disengage that they have with the Poppy and the Braum stops them from going in. Stops all this front up damage. And then they'll be able to win in the long end with this what I would guess would be maybe I actually have no idea what the virus will build. Couldn't go any of the three popular virus builds, and I think we'll be perfectly okay here. I think comp side of NSP is far outdrafting the comp. Black guy, I would love to know your opinion.
Well, I am now looking at the in-game champ select. I don't know if our producer can switch over to that screen on the stream, but from what it's looking like, Nico is very well the top pick.
It's what it's looking like. Nico top Poppy
It is definitely gonna be
jungle
that Poppy
Silas
jungle
mid.
and Silas mid. So now we know where all those flex picks are going. But Nico top, is that a thing?
It can be, yeah, and it's had a few notable picks. It can be on hit Nico as well. So building that AP, building that crit sometimes even. The crit Nico build is one that's really taken over where you turn into a minion and then you're in a team fight just auto attacking as a minion, critting and doing a lot of damage because you have more attack speed. She can do some goofy stuff in the top lane. But yeah, I've seen it there before, and I'm curious to see what it will do. It will be the Poppy in the jungle, the Silas mid lane into the Ari. So yeah, unless they decide to swap around, of course, now, but I'm not sure if we're going to see that happen.
So in my opinion, I think Guac would have won the draft here with all their engaged picks. But if you have to look at NSP, they have a lot of picks that can be flexed around. You don't know where everything is going. Well, now you do in draft, there
Mhm.
but there's still a lot of squishy picks like the Nico and the Silas. If if Jace can find an engage on the Nico, top lane's automatically gonna be skewed to Guac.
Yeah, but
Ari can zone people away with her Q, I believe. She lands a Q, E, couple auto attacks, you're dead. So
yeah.
top lane could be a very scary thing for Night Shift Pandas, but other than that,
Mhm.
I don't really know if it'll be a problem as much.
Yeah,
We'll
but
just have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, I think the Silas into Ari is a matchup that's favored Ari when they get that favors the Silas, sorry, from like these 3 to 9 levels. I think it's been picked up when both these champions were quite meta. This matchup was quite Silas favored, building that Everfrost or even the Rod of Ages early. So I don't think mid lane is a problem, and I think the range advantage and the poke that Nico provides in this lane, chunking him out, can get Poppy into this top lane, get Nico ahead, and this Braum and Varus lane are both incredibly safe with the range and disengage they have. So yeah, as I said, I'd give this one to Nightshade Pandas here, but I think we are about to go to a break real quick.
Yep.
But don't go anywhere, and we will be right back. So they're looking out. There's a 5-man invade into the top side here, but NSP are stuck in the bot lane here, so this Blitzcrank is gonna walk in and not find anything.
Yeah, but there's also 4. No, this is a 5-man invade too on
No, I think they're
from
just. I think
Nightshade
they're
Pandas.
just.
It's like they expected this blue side gank to on their red
Yeah.
buff.
It's
But
a
look,
classic.
but nobody
for the,
was there.
It's a classic for the Blitzcrank to walking to the bot side, try to find a hook as a 5-man invade, but they decided to go for the opposite, and they decided to go for invade on the top side, and so the side of the NSP was stacking on that bot lane to try see if they can find a counter kill with the E upgrade on the Brawl to absorb any of the damage coming in, and but unfortunately they didn't find each other, so they're just gonna go in. It's gonna be top to bot glyph, unwanted soul, and Imox is going to clear away from his AD carry here, clearing up to the top line.
It's important to note that both junglers actually did pick the same jungle item here. Moss Stopper Ceiling. If you play jungle in the current meta, Moss Stopper actually provides a shield. Every jungle camp you clear after your 40 stacks, you get a shield. As there comes an incoming hook, Life of Soup is being bursted down to half HP and below by the Kaisa. But Life of Soup is still alive.
It's a bit lackadaisical, honestly, from the Varus there, just not respecting the Blitzcrank, walking up, finding that hook. Oh, missed this time though. But there's a big level lead, level 2 on the Kaisa. She must have got some solo XP there. She's hitting level 2 early.
Looks like Charm is rotating. No, just plays a ward in mid, in the middle of the bot river still. But in the meantime, Nico at one point did have a small lead on the Jace. Things are looking pretty even in top side, though it is a 1 creep score lead. No, more like 2 creep score lead favoring the Nico at this point.
Yeah, but
Nico can farm easily. Oh, there's the hook. But it's onto the Braum. AC still alive, but both with ADC, Life Super stuck at half HP at the moment.
It's the important thing to note in that top matchup, sorry, is that the Jace does have the call, so if they do fall just a bit behind, they're expecting this. They're not expecting to die, and they're gonna have that injection of gold later into the game. So the CS lead in the top lane not really amounting to anything. There's a lead in the mid lane there for Ari, just a small lead, which is to be expected. The range into the melee matchup. Silas is going to have that first strike Q-Max build to be able to really chop through these waves into these range matchups. So that's a smart pickup from the Silas here.
There is a ward played by Nightshade Pandas in their top bush closer to their tower, but and in the river too. Jungler Unwanted Soul does not know he's on a ward. They don't know they're on a ward. Well, now you will know, and he backs off.
Get him away. As far as
he's going for. It looked like he was going for the skull crab, but backing off. And now Unwanted Soul realizes they're on a ward.
Yeah, Unwanted Soul on the Zac there. He's just testing them. He's just seeing if they're gonna have a lapse in judgment like they did earlier when the Varus just got hooked by the Blitzcrank. But no,
Poppy's invading into the blue side jungle. It's gonna get the wolf camp away.
Oh, hook found.
Life is Soup's gonna. Beautiful charm flash. Ignite on the Life is Soup. Backing away, they're still alive.
Unwanted Soul's gonna see. They're gonna see if they can stack up maybe one more wave. There's a big wave crashing. They're gonna see if they can get this dive onto the Varus. For it, there's no summoners. Just gonna walk away.
Oh, here they go. Life Soup's gonna get charged. Goes down. First blood to Charm. Oh, here comes another hook onto the Braum. It doesn't materialize into anything. Dragon, Hextech Drake, no, Chemtech Drake's up this time.
Yeah. They're just gonna have that bot shove. They're gonna mid's just gonna be a little bit contested. Zac is moving. Gonna decide there's
Looks
nothing
like Zac was thinking about a mid gank, but no, he decides to go onto his Raptor camp instead.
Yeah, and it's
Nico
just
has a neutral lane, but now it's the
Mhm.
Jace getting more minion kills against the Nico, despite them both being ranged. Bot lane of whose side's gonna go back.
But yeah, as I said, Silas getting into these levels is gonna start putting these trades, gonna start being able to pick up more CS with that Q max as well. But I think it was a bit yeah, they were just
Oh,
relaxing
that's
in the
gonna be a
bottom.
root onto Hayden. Does have to jump in to clear the wave, for the wave is being deleted by the tower. Nothing
I
happened in
think
that exchange though.
that bot lane play, it was yeah, just Life is Soup tanking one too many hooks. Should realize that they don't have the ability to he should realize that they don't have the ability to stay and they don't have the ability to tank any of these hooks. Play really
Oh,
respectfully with the range Varus has, but they hooked and they knew Zach was around, and just in that case it was just a
ooh,
bit too much. Couldn't back off quickly enough.
Charm
So
snuck in and played a very deep ward. It's gonna be spotted and cleared out by Sakura Kai.
trading.
But that was a very deep ward.
That's a
Charm,
big wave.
Charm and 4-4 is rotating up. Charm is thinking about using Hex Flash. It's spotted on a ward. Gold Crab is up and back for the taking. Troll ward being played in Bot River. Dak is here onto the Skull Crab though, so they are potentially looking at getting a dragon, but here comes Poppy. Oh, that's gonna be the W. And the charge from the E. I wanted Soul's gonna get ganked. Does have to fall back, but it's now at half HP. And all of a sudden, Poppy manages to steal the Skull Crab away.
Yeah, well played from Poppy. Just pulls things back. Poppy in these early levels, especially on this Sheen spike, is a very strong champ. There's the E misses, just gonna be a mid lane there.
Oh, there comes a
Good.
beautiful hook onto Life is Soup. Let's take it to half HP. Here comes the flash. 404. 404 takes down the Varus. That's gonna be a flash from the jungler. Mox is here. Kaiser's gonna be traded 1-for-1. Now Charm is being chased. It's gonna be a 2-1-1. Stun coming out on the Kaiser. On the Blitzcrank knockup too. The Charm is going down as the Varus is no, as the Zac has to burn his own form of passive. Dragon is up and right for the taking.
Yeah, it's just pretty well played in the longer exchange there. Life is Soup, it's been really disrespectful for that Master Tier 80 carry, which we thought was going to be the one to carry this game. They just kept he's been hit by 3-4 hooks now, which is like really unacceptable. You need to be playing safe. That's why we picked this Varus probably. But in the longer exchange with the Poppy, getting that earlier trade chunking down side so so Zach couldn't really come and help in the fight, and then the Silas moving with that mid shove with that Q max so that Ari couldn't come down and impact the fight in the same way. The Brom in these long extended trades, the level up and the XP from that invades and Poppy, everything was just going the way of NSP there, and they picked up those 3 kills there. So yeah, really well played in the
This Poppy has been on fire for Night Shift Kingdom. Very dominant in the laning phase. Here comes 404 thinking about an invade. Let's play the ward in river.
Oh, sick! That was sick. What happened there was the Nico flashed away, popped the W beforehand to get the move speed, and what Unwanted Soul did on the Zac was eat the Poppy and then use the clone to pull eat the Nico, sorry, and use the Nico clone to pull herself back, shove the clones into each other. That was a really well executed gang there from Unwanted Soul, getting that Dark Seal stack and furthering this lead that the Jace has garnered with the 15 CS and that hull. So yeah, really well played there. Good
that's gonna be a charm onto Tay. Manages to go down at half HP. Tay has to be playing more careful into this Ari.
Yeah. it's like getting hit by the jump. It's not as punishing as getting hit by the blitzcrank kick, but you really need to be avoiding these crucial skill shots there. Uh, but still, this Poppy has this massive lead over the Zac. It's almost half a level up, half an item. So this Poppy has the advantage to do whatever she wants in this matchup if she wants to start walk towards this Rift Herald, get a gank onto the Jace, as it looks like she's going to toward it, however. But
yeah, there's also another
Varus
work
is in
coming out.
danger.
Oh, that's gonna be a hook onto the life. It's that's half the flash.
well played though there, flashed away. Stayed safe, but yeah, it's just again disrespecting these hooks, especially when you know your supports on around. We can talk about the recall timing there from Braum, which I think was
Looks like
probably I'm not sure what happened there.
looks like Poppy is making a move towards Shelly.
Yeah,
Shelly
pick
is
up the
now
shutdown.
at half HP and below. But it looks like Guac is making a jungle gank onto the mid, onto the bot lane.
What's gonna be spotted out?
Gets spotted out by a control ward. Control ward gets killed.
Yeah, good ward there just to try and avoid the dive. They know that AD carry's got no flash, so just that control ward there to sort of look. Do you see they've replaced it now? They need to make sure that this Varus is as safe as possible to stop falling so far behind. And they know
Looks
hooks
like
now, so maybe they're looking for something.
looks like Tay is getting pinged out. Tay is moving up towards the top lane. Hayden's getting ganked now. Tay is here. Hayden is not aware. No, Hayden is now aware. Ward is spotted. Hayden is moving deeper into the lane. The gank is thwarted off for now.
Sorry, I just
Over in
realized
bot.
the
Oh, Sakura's getting chunked down to below HP. Ignite does not finish the job.
Monster player has been this one in the mid lane on slows this whole game. I'm so sorry. Tay has been Tay's the monster player. Instead of Life is Soup that we got basic quite hard. They did a bit of a swap in champ select it seems, so it is the master player Tay there on the Silas and Life is Soup on the AD carry position there. So that is quite possibly why. Could be a trade. I'm not sure if this is just me, but I think there might be a problem with your mic.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, there you go. That's
Alright.
Yeah, Poppy still have this held in inventory a minute until the turret
Oh,
plate's full, so she's gonna wanna try to get this down as soon as possible.
Looks like Charm and Sakura are fighting over vision control in the bot river. And that's gonna be a Shelly mid, by the way.
Yeah, she's just gonna play this. Once they get it in
Looks
this
like
next 30
Shelly's
seconds,
more
so-
into minions and turret plates. Here comes the charge from Shelly. Oh, that's gonna be two. That's gonna make it 2 plates overall.
Yeah.
Before Shelly does fall.
Yeah, good charge. That's 350 gold into the pockets of Silas and Poppy, further extending this lead. Divine Center has now been picked up for the Poppy Everfrost. Items coming on almost all champions apart from the supports and that Nico in that top lane. These first items are picked up. So yeah, but just for Luxon, I've not seen much of Jay's.
Oh, here comes the jump onto the Nico. Nico has to split into 2, but stays alive.
Yeah, this Jay's first Nico matchup, I thought it was going to be completely fine for the Nico. I thought she was going to be able to neutralize this Jace in the early game. But the way the trades function, as Jace queues in, procs the phase rush, then Nico tries to use the pop blossom as wait,
Oh,
sorry,
here
as
comes.
I'm talking.
Oh, here comes a quick gank at the bot. Charm is hanging out in this bush, falling back to the lane. It's 2 versus 1 in the lane. Kaisa is hiding in the. It could be a potentially 3 on 2. Blitzcrank is gonna hex flash into the creep wave, attacking the creep wave, but now
Oh my god, wait.
Pandas are moving
Tape's
towards the
flashed.
dragon. Dragon is now at half HP and going quick. Blitz lands a beautiful Q. Dragon resets. Here comes the Zac. Oh, that's gonna be a 4-man knockup. Blitzcrank is down. Gets traded for the Poppy. That's gonna be Silas falling. Beautiful knockup for the Nico. It's gonna be Braum. Kaisa getting down. Ari's going down. Braum is being challenged. It's gonna be the Varus down too, and it's Nico alone.
Yeah,
That's left standing.
both top laners teleported in there and really changed the swing of the fight. They the only reason the fight wasn't as bad for NSP there, taking down 3 members. There was the Nico coming in, using that pop blossom. Then Hayden Dart on this chase is queuing in, hitting them all as they all stacked up as they're funneling through out into the bot side jungle. Managed to get through all of them, and it's now absolutely massive. 2-2, 144 CS on this chase. Collard's finished. Eclipse picked up their tier almost stacked. It's just looking like an absolute monster, and I'm wondering how they're gonna try to deal with this, because it would be fine if this Jace didn't get online, but with the AP Kaiser coming through, with the Jace here, with the Ahri, they're really starting to build this nice little poke comp, which then when the Blitzcrank Cook is eventually found, they're going to be at half HP instead of full HP, which is going to make it really punishing for these, when these Blitzcrank Cook gets found. Yeah, I really like to see it.
Looks like we do have a quick fight going down in mid lane. Both mid laners get stunned and rooted. Yeah, they're desperately fighting over. Here comes an on the way ping from the Blitzcrank. This could very well be a gank onto the Sylas, who is now falling back. Blitzcrank lays a beautiful hook. Up goes the Sylas.
Oh,
Gets a beautiful root. Down goes Sylas.
yeah, that's great roam timing. They realized Kaiser managed to get the wave in. Yeah, Blitzcrank just has all the ability to roam up, and even though there's vision scattered throughout the river, I assume he went around through his own jungle, and then Silas has just found with the hook, great charm, everything connects.
Oh, here
Well played.
comes Blitzcrank aggressively looking at the Varus for a Q. Q does not connect. Blitzcrank does get stunned up, is rooted down. A beautiful flash knock up onto the Varus. This is an all-out brawl. Here comes the teleport coming in. Blitzcrank will fall. Here comes the Sylas. It was Sylas running teleport, making the dive onto Kaisa. But Kaisa gets away.
Yeah, but this is just what I'm talking about, right? This is just how safe this Varus is. The second they saw that the Blitzcrank Cook was down, they just had the ability to walk in, and without that extra CC to get those Kaiser stacks up onto the Varus, they could just walk up and they could just start auto-attacking. And there's not a lot they could do with this Braum peel coming up from the Varus and then the ult on top of it. Yeah, it's just really well played. They saw that angle to walk up, to start auto-attacking, and it just burned through them. Silas a bit of a wasted TP, which has allowed them to move onto this Rift Herald too. But
yeah,
it looks like they might want to contest.
Looks like both teams are very interested in the Rift Herald here. Poppy is thinking about a gank onto the Herald.
They know something
Poppy manages
suspicious
to
there,
burn
so.
the W. Shelly resets.
And now it looks like NSP are going to walk towards, maybe try to start up this Rift Herald here.
Shelly is now getting started up by NSP. Here's the Ahri in a 4, make it a 5+ Rift Herald versus 1. Lands a stun. Oh, Q hook onto the
yeah, but now they've wasted
Braum.
now they've wasted everything onto the
out.
Braum.
Shelly half HP and counting down.
Rift Herald going towards
Shelly's gone.
NSP. I would want to see someone TP to bot lane right now to stop this Kaiser from just hitting this turret for free. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. Kaiser's going to pick up that turret, that trade on the bot side there. Which,
beautiful trade.
Really well played.
2 versus 1 for this tower. 2 versus 1 for its tower. Here's the Poppy thinking about a gank. Blitzcrank is just having some fun in mid at the moment.
He's just laughing.
Oh, there's a word. It's barely spotted. Oh. Nice hook onto the Braum, but that doesn't result in anything. Blitz is being zoned. Blitz is now in a 3 versus 1. Shelly's making it a 4 versus 1. Poppy's rotating out.
They can't disrespect Sarah now.
Shelly does not need the charge. Or charge get cancelled. Shelly thinks about what her next move is. It's pushing down into lane. Here comes another charge from Shelly. Shelly's charge does connect, but Shelly falls shortly afterwards.
Get that charge off, opened up this mid lane turret, and now I'd like to see them focus all this extra attention they got in the mid lane, having this turret advantage, try crack down that top tier 1, and then also transition it into getting this Hex Tech Drake. It's going to be a Hextech Soul here, often considered one of the stronger souls in the game currently. Especially for either team with the range they have with the Varus Nico on one side and the Jace Kai'Sa on the other side. With all this poke coming out, Hextech Soul can be devastating for whatever team gets it. So it looks like both teams are going to want to contest it here. TP up on Hayden Durdo and no TP on Taylor's
Oh, that's
top
gonna be a
lane.
hook onto the Braum.
Yeah, and it's
Braum is
and
being
SP
knocked
can't fight
back.
this, and that's
Is
gonna
at
be it,
half
yeah.
HP. Both teams eagerly want this dragon, which is up. Sakura's getting pinged, spotted by a ward. Dragon is now getting started up by blue side.
TP'd
Oh,
up on
that's
both
what
sides.
a
Silas kicked us in,
beautiful.
but Braum's already dead.
Oh, yeah. Kai'Sa, that's next. Incoming teleport from the Jace. Jace is gonna be joining the fight. Nico has to burn the ult to engage. Blitzcrank is alone. Blitzcrank falls. Here comes the rest of the team fight. Oh, we do see an Angry Bee. Dragon is reset. And Dragon goes over. Poppy's gonna get traded down though. Kixing has to fall back. Silas is dead with Jace for a double kill. And now Baron is being considered by Guacamole. But it's gonna be this turret first before Baron is even killed.
To 2-1, yeah. I think they have like 15 seconds and they have a lot of weight to clear here with the static shift on the Kai'Sa. Maybe they can get both these turrets.
Oh, that's a lot of damage being bursted down onto the turret. Turret is gonna fall.
I think they now are leaning towards this Baron here, so
they could, yeah.
No,
it's very well. It's possible that Guacamole could force the Baron here.
Yeah. They're just trying to squeeze.
That's gonna be a teleport from the Hexate coming out here. Here they come. Kai'Sa jumped into the Baron pit. Zach is alone in a 2-on-1.
Yeah.
Sakura is chasing. Oh, that's gonna be a flash. Kai'Sa jumped into the Baron pit, but it's gonna be dead.
Overstaying their tempo a little bit. They'd spin off all that tempo, getting that mid turret and then clearing out some of the jungle.
Like Baron,
and now Baron's considered by NSP
yeah.
here.
Yeah, they are starting this Baron. They know the jungler is dead. Guacamole cannot contest. They have to give Baron. Baron is now at half HP, quickly falling down. Can they land a steal? No, they cannot. Baron is dead. Which is how you get out of this beautiful hook onto the... That's a beautiful blitzcrank ult. But Silas gets the kill. Now Kai'Sa is being chased by...
Yeah, this is just...
Silas does fall. Here comes Silas chasing into the fight, but does have to step back.
Big
you trade two kills. You trade both your bot lane kills for Baron.
Well, they didn't even get the Baron there in the end. It's a big misplay here from Team Guacamole. I think they massively overstayed their.
Oh, here comes the Zach with a beautiful knockup. Two-man connect. Making a two-man knockup now. Zach is just getting away with all of this crowd control, but does unfortunately fall.
Yeah, it's just they're really trying to force this place. And now what was, I believe, like a 3k gold lead to the side of...
Poppy's up here in top lane. They are looking at the top tier 1. Daze is cut running back to the lane, but cannot take the turret, fortunately.
Yeah, now Varus is also completely back in this game. Silas on 2.5 items compared to Ari's. The only real big lead is on this Jace, 2.5 compared to 2 items on that Nico. This Jace is going to be doing a lot of damage in the fights, but this Silas has got quite a tanky build, and this Varus is going to start like chunking through the Zac, the Blitzcrank, the frontline here. So I think they were massively overstaying their welcome, their Team Guacamole in that top side. They'd spent all their tempo getting that mid tower, and they couldn't stay for any more.
Oh, Blitzcrank is all alone,
so...
has to flash.
Yeah, unfortunately, Blitzcrank flashing away. Looking, they're trying to get some of this pressure back into the mid lane. 2 turrets have fallen for the side of Team Guacamole. It's going to be hard.
Looks like Jace may be the target. It looks like Jace may be the target here.
Yeah, it's just going to be able to back away, be fine.
Oh, it's a huge wave. 4+ minions. This Jace might as well say goodbye to their level 2 turret. It goes down. That's gonna be Charm looking for a Q over the wall. Oh, it's being challenged by the Silas. Bursts it down the half tree. Here goes the Nico flash. Two-man gun knocked up. How is Blitzcrank still alive? Nico goes down. Kaisa goes down. Barrett gets traded. Make it. Oh, beautiful. Oh, from the
no,
Poppy.
but they're all dead.
Woo.
Oh god.
That's gonna be an ace too.
That's not the way I saw that fight going. I really felt like the side of NSP were shredding through them. They were I thought this Silas was being big on that backline there, but it turned out that they that the Zac started testing them this chase with his massive lead, and the Ari as well started really chopping through them. So yeah, pretty well played there from Team Guac on the backside, protecting that tier 3 turret. See, I did like what NSP were doing originally. They were overloading this side lane. They were making sure this turrets fell, but
NSP in that team fight did lose all their Baron buffs too. It was a couple seconds there. It died they lost their Baron a couple seconds before Baron buff even expired. Oh, yeah. Blue ward just die. Dragon is now up. Dragon is being considered its 5-man stack towards Dragon. Dragon is now at half HP. It is being bursted down. Can probably even get in there. Yes, she can, but Dragon goes down over the Zac. Here comes this 3-man knockup onto Life and Tube. Life and Tube is being split up. Everyone is being split up all over the place. Jace with the triple kill. This is not the NA Jace. This is more like a Korean Jace. Now Silas is being chased.
This could be all over if they start chasing the Silas here.
Yeah, he's gonna get flashed.
This from Silas. They want to start running down the mid lane here. I think with this Ari chaser, they can really start shredding turrets if they want to. Jace,
they're thinking it's over, but take a look at the death timers. They're all low.
Yeah. I think
Pandas can still get into the fight.
Chasing that Silas was just not a really good idea. So it was 30-second death timers earlier ago until they wasted all the time trying to kill the Silas, but now they're just gonna have to back off. They could have. I think they could have won it a little better, but here it's just chasing a Silas being a bit kill hungry, and that can be the death of you sometimes. So it's not all over here for NSP, but there's going to be super minions walking into this mid lane now. For the side of Team Guacamole, that's going to be something that has to be responded to every single time, every single wave, pushing, hammering along the base. There's a minute till Baron. Teams are going to want to start setting off that thing if they can get any vision around it. NSP have good wards dotted around from place to place around it, but it's complete blackout from both sides in most of the area, so
like both sides are grouping up in mid. Nice if Pandas have to respond to the super minion, which does fall. Now more wards are being placed towards the Baron. There's even a control ward in the Baron pit. So by blue side. And it's gonna be Skull Crab spawning within 10 seconds too, so
yeah, things falling up. They're going to get the Skull Crab, which is just going to be more vision. Team Guacamole really, with this mid push, have the ability to just control this Baron area. They want to start it, especially with their Blitz cranking their Zac. They have a really good turn comp off this Herald if they want to go for it. Off this Baron, sorry, but instead it looks like they're going to...
Oh, that's going to be help coming in. Charm is chasing away. Is chunking out damage as Baron is now back on the rift. But it's gonna be Guacamole very well organized towards Baron.
Yeah, they're just gonna take recall timings. I think they're just gonna pick up this last whisper there. The Jace, still this massive lead there from the Jace onto the
Oh,
they're gonna.
There's the control ward right next to Baron. It's kind of impossible to kill. Poppy finds it, does kill the ward, and does not manage to aggro Baron. And drops his. Here comes an ignite onto the Poppy, which doesn't really do anything there.
Yeah, just making sure that she can't do anything devious, try to turn that fight around possibly. But yeah, if they're just gonna walk back in, they know they're gonna have to respond to this mid wave, or it's gonna start pushing into the.
And Baron is now being started up by Guacamole. Guacamole, their red side. Nice if Pandas are aware, but they cannot dive in. Poppy jumped over and has the flash. Does use her ult. Ult does not connect onto anything.
They're
Poppy is
just gonna try
all
and run and
alone.
hit the
Has a
bridge.
burn flash too. Baron goes over for free, but can Guacamole get out of this without
Yeah, they're
getting
just gonna walk away.
any
3-second repeats of go back to base. Complete their items, spend all their gold, they're gonna be very happy. Now, I want to see them start using this pressure they have in the mid lane to move it to the side lanes, destroy these tier 2 turrets, and sort of want to see Guacamole play out this Baron. So I'm going to see if they're going to want to do that. Yeah, they are moving it to the bot side. They need to get this bot wave out, get vision around this dragon. It's going to be the Hex deck. It's their sole point here, so this could be a game changer.
It could very well be a game changer. Nine shift pandas, they're all grouping up into the bush. There's three here. Charm ready to have to run into the lane. Charm is sitting in pixel
They're all
brush.
coming around. They're looking for like a 5-man flank here. It's quite singing a bush. They've been forced out their bush. They're hiding in that pixel brush down some NSP. So
Oh, that's gonna be a beautiful ult. He connects. Nico has to flash. That's the ult too. There's a fight stricken out all over the place. All going away. Guac swoop. What Nico goes down. Varus goes down. Chases on. Turret goes over to minions. Hook does not connect onto the Silas.
You have to please go to the mid lane. Please
Oh, that's gonna be a stopwatch being played by Kaisa, but Kaisa does fall. Ari managed to chase down the bomb, and now Team Guacamole are looking at the Nexus turrets. Down goes one of them. The other is just getting bursted down, but here comes another fight. Silas goes down. It's an ace! And Guacamole take games one. GG is called null chat.
Oh, yeah. As the victory screen seen from the side of Team Guac there, it kind of felt like there were some dodgy moments, but it was really felt like a throw there from Team Guac in the mid lane, in the mid game there, when they threw and overstayed after their Baron there, but they managed to claw it back. Good team fight after good team fight, starting around their own bot tier 3, and then they moved it into one Baron fight, a run dragon fight. They managed to win that last dragon fight as well. Coming in, this chase got so incredibly far ahead. This Ari was just managed to get her spells out, get across the team fight, and it really looked like there was nothing NSP could do. How do you find the game there, Willie?
Yeah, so watching the game, I mean, hats off to this top laner for Team Guac, the Jace. I don't think he died a single time. Really well played by him getting that lead into the Nico. I thought that was a good lane for him, but the other thing I want to talk about a little bit is NSP looked a little bit uncomfortable there, and I think part of that has to do with how we mentioned in the pregame. Their support's a Thresh player, their jungler is an Udyr player. They were off of their champs, so they sort of you know how when you play the champion, you know exactly what you're supposed to do when you play your main. So these guys are off their mains. It looked like they maybe were a little bit uncomfortable with their role in the game because their role in that game is to peel the Varus. You've got to keep people off your Varus. And in these late game team fights, it was a little bit back and forth. Of course, there was that throw at Baron, like you said. But what happened was NSP actually they had their foot forward. They got the Baron. They were pushing down top, and they hit the go button. Right? They looked to get the dive off with the Nico. The Nico finds three people, but what happens there is that the enemy team Zac finds the Varus alone by himself. There's no Braum to peel him. There's no Poppy to block the Zac slingshot. So this Varus just has no peel for himself in these late game team fights, and that's part of the reason why Guac is able to just win that fight and then keep marching forward and up until the game ends. And so I think going into game two, probably we're gonna see some target bans again because it's not like they performed that badly. They've got nice KDAs and these team fights, you know, they're back and forth, but at the end of the day, you've got to peel the Varus in a
Mm.
comp like that, and they just were not able to sort of grasp the situation. And ultimately, I think that's what led to them losing this game one.
Yeah, I would love to see the support tier go off to something like the Brom and maybe go on something they're a bit more familiar with. One of these hook champions, trying to find these hooks, trying to find these picks like their main the Thresh there. That might make the game a little more playable there in the bot lane. But yeah, it was interesting. Tay, which looked like the one that was going to be playing AD carry, the master tier player, moved into the mid lane. They're currently off rolled here, so that's not what I was expecting. So yeah, I think if they do decide to move Tay back into the bot lane there, it will be maybe better for them. Do you have any ideas on how they can turn the narrative around NSP here, Caden? Or
They have to play their comfort picks, but if they get thrown off of their comforts, like the Thresh, like the Udyr, they have to draft around that.
yeah.
Try to figure out, okay, what champions are very similar to these two that we could still use. Like if you don't have Thresh, pick Blitzcrank, or if you don't, or Nautilus. They both have a hook.
Yeah, and I see this post-game breakdown popping up on the stream. There's a little dip right there for the red team
Yeah.
where the red team has the advantage, and that is that Baron throw that we were bringing up
Hmm.
earlier. That was NSP's chance,
Yeah.
and they just hit the gas pedal. I think if they play it a little slower, they don't dive in, and they just push top, take the inhibitor, and take a nice calm reset and reassess the situation, I think that they have a much better chance of winning that game because again, it's just the understanding of the team comp. Their team comp. You can maybe get a pick with the Nico Braum ult, the Varus
Hmm.
ult, but their comp's a lot better at these sort of disengages, right? So I think if they're able to find picks that they're comfortable with and that they're able to execute with, they'll have a better time in the game too. And I do
Yeah.
want to say, um, they did swap their highest and lowest ranked players' positions. Their
Hmm.
highest ranked player went to mid. Their lowest ranked player went to bot lane. Um, again, it looked like he was a little uncomfortable in that bot lane. The
Yeah.
Blitzcrank hooks coming out early. Um, I think that early chunking out the Varus, getting his
Hmm.
summoner spells, that's what led up to getting that early dive off
Yeah.
on the Zac. But he was able to, in the mid game, get a little bit back into it, and so that's well played to him because that's a tough situation to find yourself in when
Hmm.
you're losing early and you're a little bit uncomfortable. But overall, their ADC did end up playing fairly well that game.
Yeah. Yeah. The fights were never really the problem there for Team Guac. The only problem they really had there was overstaying their tempo was really well played. It felt like the mechanics were kind of outmatched from almost every player there on Team Guac against NSP there. So yeah, I don't know if they are moving. I think they are moving their bot laner, their AD carry play back into the AD carry role. So uh, we'll expect to see them catered towards in this draft phase here. They really want to start picking up this win, take this game to 1-1. But yeah, I'm just curious to see what direction NSP go if they change anything up to try get this win, or they think changing their AD carry, their AD carry to AD carry is enough. So
Looks like we are getting ready for champ select and draft. I'm seeing R is firing.
Yep, we're almost into it. I'm thinking we might see a target
Like
ban or
here,
two.
looks
There
like here.
might be a Jace ban just because of his performance in game one,
yeah.
but I think we might even see a Kai'Sa ban because Kai'Sa is Team Guac's ADC's
Hmm.
preferred pick. The Shiv, while nerfed, it's still really annoying.
Yeah.
Um, but overall, Team Guac's just got a little bit more of a diverse champion pool, so NSP is on the back foot here. They've got to find picks they're comfortable with, and we're gonna see them try to get that done in this draft.
Udyr Thresh banned away instantly here for Team Quack, and it's
Yeah,
going to
it's
be
gonna
these
be
engaged
another
junglers that worry about same bands here. I wonder if they go straight towards that Victor, that
Victor.
scaling pick again in the mid lane. So I'm wondering who Team Quack's going to pick up, if they're going to pick up their top laner first, or what did they do last time? I believe they picked up that Kaiser first pick. I wonder if they're going to go towards something like that again. Uh,
They could. It's open. It's right
yeah,
for the taking.
it's there. It's definitely the preferred AD carry. Yeah, Kaiser is going to be first picked up.
And there it
We
is.
saw Nico top picked up first here last time. I don't know if I expect to
Yeah, I
see
don't. I.
that
It
again.
didn't look
Kalista,
very good, but Callista.
I'm a fan of that. Yeah, I'm a real big fan
It's
of that.
locked.
And then I would like to see something like the Nautilus paired up with
Yep.
it.
There you
Great,
go.
great. uh, but this is a classic pairing. And then Kaiser really needs something to protect her. Maybe the Worm even in this matchup for the side of Team Guac, the support there. Um, Braum is obviously really solid into the Nautilus and can protect from a lot of this Callista early burst, this straight up damage with that E shield as well. So I'm curious to see what they picked up here. Zach picked up again. Really, it was a really influential pick.
Yeah,
It had the ability to
it
go
was
for that
solid.
dive
It
in the
was
early game, right?
solid last game, so I'm not surprised it's
Mhm.
being picked again.
And we
Question
could just
is,
see
how's that followed up?
we could just see the Ari picked up here again. We could just see a complete run back from the side of the team. Well, why would you change what's working, right? Um, if we do see the Ari picked up here, I'd expect Jace to be banned in the next two bans. It's
Time
Leona.
me, Hammer ran out. Yo, can
And
be good engaged.
yeah, I mean,
She can be good engaged support with her E.
oh,
It's not like a
picked
blitz.
up.
It's not like a blitz cranky. It's more like not like a blitz crank Q. It's more like a Nautilus hook, where
Mhm.
you land the hook and you charge into your opponent.
Yeah, it's
Ooh, that's gonna be a Mordekaiser ban too.
yeah,
Oh, the
Nico banned
Nico
away.
did get banned.
I think that might be a bit BM there. It wasn't the most influential pick when picked, but yeah, they're just banning away these AP champions that can really do quite well into Malphite. And the only other one that comes to mind is the Kennen, but Malphite really Kennen doesn't really have that good of a time into Malphite there. So yeah, I think really smart. They have this Malphite blind. It's a very safe top lane pick. Can't be dominated in the same way that the Nico was last game. So they're
Well,
gonna need to.
There's the Wukong again
I expect they're
in
going
the
to pick up
ban.
their jungler here into Zach. Um, and they don't really.
You can go
I would like to see. Yeah, the
Poppy can be
Poppy
another safe pick.
could be picked here. But I'd like to see something that Trundle
Oh
actually.
no, it's
Yes,
Trundle.
I really like Trundle here. They have some really tanky champions on the side of Team Black. Trundle can do also a really good job of stopping the Leona engage, just disrupting team fights. I really like what Trundle's doing here. It's also has a bit more damage, a bit more dual power than the Malphite in the top lane. So help win those top 2v2s, the mid 2v2s. And is it going to be
4 more
Corki
seconds.
Oriana, just one of
Oh,
these scaling
Oriana.
picks?
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just that's a real classic.
that can be a good pick. Question
Although there
is, how do you
is
follow it up?
appeal. And if you try to pick a like an AD top laner, it's just going to be completely negated here by the Malphite. So, ooh,
Oh,
Camille. That is one of the top lanes that does have the ability to get this true damage into the Malphite.
Camille. I believe Camille might have been banned last game, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
I do
I'm
believe it was
surprised that
banned in
made it
those
through the
last two,
draft.
and Ari picked
There,
up
it's
here. So I think, yeah, I mean, there's definitely less ambiguity here. Everyone's pretty sure where everything's going in this game, and
yeah.
NSP here with their AD carry, I think Callista is one of these champions that can be incredibly hard to pilot. But if they have the ability to do so, like the Master Tier AD carry Tayda on the side of um, NSP, who I do believe is playing in the bot lane this game, if they can get that lead onto the Callista, this can spell a lot of trouble for the side of Team Guac here. So
I
yeah, but
get from what I'm not if I'm not mistaken, we may not have to switch into the champ select side in client, but there's a chance that the Nautilus and the Malphite can flex. Malphite support has been played, but it could be going top this game.
Yeah, I don't see a world where it's not going top, especially when they're banning out Gwen Mordekaiser. Camille's also not the most difficult matchup there for the Malphite. Can be a bit annoying, but until you get some of those items up, you're not really doing that Cho'Gath amount of true damage. So yeah, it's just an easy one to negate that. And I think Team Guac definitely do have a they have a strong team fight here again with the Orianna going into this late game, the engage that Zach Leona have, and the Kaiser being that hyper carry again that performed really well there in the last game. But I think here with NSP, if this Callista Nautilus lane goes well and the narrative switches around in this bot lane, Trundle definitely has priority over Zach in these early lane duels, with stealing that move speed. And the Ari into Orianna matchup, the Ari definitely has the ability to get this shove in early, get priority there. So I think, again, I might be eating my words here, but I do favor massively the comp of NSP here. Although there are definitely team fight threats on the side of Team Guac, but if they get the advantage, they would hope so out of this Callista Nautilus lane into Kaiser Leona here.
I mean, I liked what Guac's engage was last game, but Malphite and Trump can still do the same. Nautilus can do the same on the engage.
Mm-hmm.
So both the engage picks are very balanced, you would imagine.
Yeah. But yeah, I think although Team Guac probably do have a bit of a stronger team fight, Zach, Leona here, Camille here, Oriana, it's all going to be in these first 10 minutes. Who can get, if they can shut down this Callista, if they can get Kaiser online, if they can get Callista online. It's all about these bot lane carries in this game. So it should be this is shaping up to be a bit of a fun game. Hopefully a lot of back and forth team fights. Which team comp are you preferring here?
I'm favoring Guac. They had a great game in game one, and I want to see them do it again. I'm a little worried about Malphite and the fact that Trundle can burst your tanks down. I mean, Zen can do it too. Volibear can do it. Jax is a tank threat too, whether you like it or not. So I think we'll just have to wait and see. But I'm favoring Guac here in this game two draft. Maybe they take the series, but if NSP forces Silver Scrapes, I mean, it's gonna be they'll tell us that they're here to play, and they picked red side here, so maybe they have a strategy on how to win on red side. Maybe play around the Rift Herald, maybe play around Baron more. They just don't want to throw at Baron.
Yeah,
I do believe we are. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think NSP just need to make sure they're watching for their tempo here. They're making sure they're not overspending on their tempo. Well, from both sides actually, they need to make sure that they're making the plays that they can play and they're recalling when they need to recall. And if both teams do that, then yeah, I have no idea which way this is gonna go. But as I believe Caden said, I think we're about to head on to a break here. So
yeah, we should be heading out to a break shortly. But when we get back, we should have the draft completed on both sides, and we should be on the Rift shortly. So see you soon.
And it looks like they're
Oh,
going to come
wow.
in for another play instantly. I just don't mean to
Yeah,
jump right
they
into
are
things.
grouping up 5 man. It's gonna be a 5-man invade.
They're going to walk in. I think it's going to be spot on what
Side
is going to
is
be
not
question mark pinged.
Blue side does not know. There are some pings, but
Yeah, it was warded in the entrance though.
oh, there's gonna be a
Gonna take a
word
red ball.
played on the red buff, but it's pre 125, so I think there's a way we can take a look at the word. Yeah, it's got about 70 ticks left on the timer, so
Yeah. Oh, that was rather anticlimactic.
they
They're
blue
not
side is
finding each
gonna get
other.
spotted out on the red buff. But take a look at the inventories. No one has a red trinket. So
Yeah.
they don't know the word is there. They're going to be spotted out.
Yep. They're gonna be spotted out
NSP
pathing.
is going to have all the information they need about where Guac are. They're starting red buff. Red
Yeah.
side.
Both teams pathing bottom to top here. Looking to try impact this top lane because I think they're scared that this Camille can get this lead and get this dive.
It's important to note that the Zac saved the then he didn't buy a health pot here because everyone buys their jungle item and a health pot, right? That you have 450 gold for your jungle item, 50 gold for your health pot. But Zac didn't buy the health pot. He saved 50 gold. So if you take a look at stats with the gold, if you take a look at the gold graph by hitting X on your keyboard, you will see that Zac's kind of behind, but technically in the gold inventory and gold he's ahead.
Yeah.
But compared to the gold in parentheses, he's behind. As we do see a quick engage up and top. Be life is soup and top on the Malphite for a change. Hello, that's something we didn't see coming.
Yeah, just this Camille has the ability to just take some trades, get that shield, and then not take as much damage as the Malphite doesn't have that much upfront damage until he hits this level 6 spike. Did Zac just reset? No, he didn't. No. He's good at the video game. Oh wait, Kalista, Nautilus, both moving to mid lane.
Uh-oh, there's a question mark ping out here. Ari's getting pinged.
Kalista, Nautilus just using their timing to try to do something a little bit cheeky there. They're trying to find the play onto Rihanna really early.
Oh, the banter in old chat. That's gonna be fun to watch.
Leona's just saying,
they know, red side, they know.
Oh wait, Trundle's stuck in here.
Oh yeah, Trundle is on the blue buff. Zac is being chased, but he does have his Guardian Angel passive up.
Zac
does fall, but Trundle is not going after the Zac for. So Zac gets to keep the Guardian Angel, which that's.
Yeah, it's just
It's actually called Cell Division, which is its passive, but it behaves like It behaves like Guardian Angel, where if you can come back after a certain time, but the difference is during Cell Division you can be damaged. During Guardian Angel you're not damaged.
Oh, Nautilus is just gonna walk up here. Hope misses.
Oh, that's gonna be an engage coming out. Stun lands onto Tay, but no follow up. Tay and Nautilus are chasing down Charm. It's gonna be hooked. Charm has to burn the flash to get away. Incoming route onto 404. Kaisa has to flash too. Double flashes blown. Looks like Mox is here. This is gonna be potentially a 3-on-2 play. Zac's here too. Incoming hook onto Charm. Charm does go down. It is first blood to Kaisa. It is first blood on the not the Kaisa, the Kalista. Excuse me.
Just using this this early pressure coming up from the Kalista there, the Nautilus, this lane, getting all those stacks in. Both junglers realised that this Kalista is going to be a slight problem, especially in these early levels. Come down, Kalista manages to get the kill before Zac can make an impact. Pretty well played there. Kalista's going to get this gold, get this lead. So, yeah. And then they're just going to walk out, and that's going to be first dragon that's secured for the side of NSP.
Yeah, it's going to be free dragon too.
Yeah, just using that advantage guarded in the bot lane. From that from those hooks landing continuously, the Kalista getting those range stacks
looks like
in.
There's gonna be a 3 versus 2 coming up. Critical as low HP, as low mana. Incoming root onto Charm. Sakura is getting bursted down. Sakura has no mana and still stays alive. It's gonna be the Trundle E being thrown out. They NSP wants to dive.
Camille here.
Oh,
solo kill there in the top line.
Very unlucky.
Yeah, no, that's just well played. Camille realizes that even though there's a level down and health advantage there for the Malphite. She has the ability to just walk in E forward because there's no mana, and when the Malphite has no mana, that's all he can do to stop the Gwen from just walking and queuing his whole health bar away. So yeah, very well played, good advantage spotted, and flash burnt there for the Malphite.
It's interesting to note that Tiamat was picked up by Trundle. Tiamat, I feel, is an item that has been somewhat nerfed when the item shop was reworked back in season 11, I believe. So
yeah, but
what's your opinion on the item?
Well, Tiamat is just going to be picked up here for Trundle because without it, Trundle doesn't really have the ability to clear some of these AoE camps like the Raptors and the walls very efficiently. So yeah, I think it's just it's a fine pickup here, the Tiamat for the Trundle. I'm not going to expect it to go into any items unless it wants to pick up an early Ravenous Hydra, obviously. But I'd expect something like the Divine Thunder a first item, so it's just going to help clear some of these camps here.
Zach is moving up towards Rift Herald. Rift Herald is not up for another 30 seconds, but Zach is looking at the Scuttle Crab. Zach wants to kill the Scuttle Crab so they can get control over Rift Herald. Over, well, will soon be the Baron Pit. The Baron's not up.
Well, that area their hook hits from this.
Kaisa and Leona are being forced under their own tower at the moment. On the way, ping coming out. It looks like there's going to be a quick gank going topside as Unwanted Soul and Mox are going to be chasing after each other. Unwanted Soul gets knocked up. Two get airborne.
Hitting cook.
That's going to be Zach.
Orianna TP'd into the top lane.
Tactical Window comes out. Malphite goes down. Now it's Mox being chased. Mox is in a 2 versus 1. Mox goes down. 2 for 2 trade. As Leo falls in bot side. Uh-oh. Looks like Kaisa is being chased too. It's going to be a 3 versus 1. Sakura takes a huge hit from the turret. Is being chased by the creep wave.
Yeah, no,
he's very low. Kaisa is chasing and Sakura goes down.
Oh my god.
And Ari goes down. That's going to be a double kill before Kaisa gets shut down.
Really, really well played. And although it gets an extra kill onto Tay here, it's going to be not as much as they were looking for. And this double kill going on to Kaisa really kind of nullifies the play, as well as the play.
Here comes Zach onto the Kalista. Kalista gets rooted in airborne. Tay is falling back. It's being chased by the creep wave.
Yeah, no one's
It looks like Blue Side wants to take down the Kalista, but Kalista managed to get away.
Yeah, and overall, I think that
here
play
comes Trundle on the E. Pillar is out. And that's gonna be the. No, Trundle was not able to
walk away. Yeah, I think that was a positive play there in terms of gold XP, everything like that, going over to the side of.
That comes the root.
Great side step there from Orianna on that hook there.
Yeah, he didn't get hooked.
Everything going the side of two Guacamole there, I think it would have been fine. It would have been an even play if they just found that one kill on the bot lane, got the turret plates, but Kaisa made an incredible play, 1 HP diving in.
Trundle is making a move towards Rift Herald. Rift Herald is being started up. Trundle does not find a word, so Block has no vision that Shelly is being sneaked at the moment.
Yep. That's just good play. Noticing that Zach
and Cliff are moving up. Kaisa is alone being attacked by minions. Here comes a hook on. Oh, here comes a hook on the Charm. Charm has to flash. Blast Cone gets killed off too. Another ward gets dropped and is discovered. Trundle picks up the Rift Herald on the way ping going topside.
Good play there from
I think someone's gonna get ganked here. It's gonna maybe be this Malphite. But no, Malphite's not aware that he was ganked.
Yeah, good play from Trundle there, noticing that Zach is going to be on his bot side timing as that's where he started. Has time to skip some bot side camps and just start up this Herald here. Going to be able to place that, I would assume, in the bot lane, crack open this turret, get even more gold onto the Kalista there, and also move towards this dragon here. So going to be objectives picked up from the side of TSP here.
Oh, it looks like both teams are on the move towards this red side on.
Yeah.
NSP on the move towards Dragon. Dragon is now at half HP. Can Zach jump in there? No, he's on the other side of the map. It's gonna be a Dragon going over for free.
Yeah, and Zach has just been on the opposite side of these objectives, and
Oh, that's gonna be a hook
Okay,
coming
so-
in from the Nautilus. And a pillar from the Trundle, but it doesn't mean anything. And yes, it will. Shelly is being called in.
this should be the whole play if
Down
they can
goes the
start
third
shrinking
blade.
through these.
Shelly
I
is
think just
coming,
a few
and
more
oh,
turns.
Shelly barely killed that, almost killed the turret, and turret finally does fall.
Yeah,
And laning
it's
phase
just,
is now over because that was the first turret of the game.
yeah, it was just Zach. Oh wait, ult in here as Ari's coming as well.
Oh, that's gonna be a Hextech ultimatum coming out. Camille has to dive from her own life. Oh, that's gonna be a beautiful flash coming
Wait,
in
Camille
from the
has flash?
Malphite's running away. Has to concede the lane pressure.
Yeah, Zach has just been on the opposite side of these plays here. Opposite side of these objectives, sorry, and Trundle's realised it. He's realised that the path is away from the flow of play with that Rift Herald and that dragon, picking up that second dragon, picking up that first Rift Herald and raising this first bot lane tower. Really good play there from the jungler of the side of DSP here. So, and yeah, Hayden, although felt like it was caught originally with the Malphite ult coming out, had the ability to trade it back. So yeah, that's a great neutralizing play here from the Camille onto this Malphite. And there's leads growing here in the mid lane and the top lane, however, for Team Guacamole. So although there's a massive lead here in the bot lane for Team Guac with that Kalista being, 2,000 gold ahead of the Kaiser there, being able to pick up 2.5 items compared to the 1 item of Kaiser.
There are 3 players here grouping up in mid. It's gonna be potentially a 3 versus 2. Walk comes out. Here comes the flash from Tay. There's still a 3 versus 2. Here comes the root. Here comes the airborne stun. Oh, 2-man knockup. Incoming teleport. Tay gets finally taken down. Gets traded out for the Kaisa.
Team Guac trying to run.
And now Leo was isolated and 3 versus 1 goes down. Oriana finds Malphite in the side lane.
Malphite. And Hayden is really splitting up this turret here. Yeah, I think there's gonna be I don't know, it's 2 for 2 eventually, but there's gonna be
oh, that's gonna be another engage coming in from the Zac.
Oh, is that gonna go full here?
Zac's passive does connect.
Oh, TP. Why would you not TP to the blob?
Damage being split up. Zac is
not gonna matter.
Oh, Zac stayed alive. And Kaisa, Ari has to dive, jump. Oh,
Flash?
both flashes. Ari stays alive, but it's gonna be the Nautilus being traded for that.
Yeah, the TP coming in. It's just these little overextensions there from DSP just being on waves they can't be on, and it's just being punished incredibly well from Team Guac here. With this Zac, although full lane being protected by the teleport of Oriana here, it's going to be that Malphite staying on the bot wave, solo kill by the Oriana as well. Camille during all of this has had the ability to stay in the top lane here and just start hitting this turret. So yeah,
it's important to note that while NSP got the bot tier 1 as the first turret kill, Guac got their first turret kill in mid. Mid opens the map more so than bot does.
Yeah,
with bot you can get access towards dragon easily, but mid being killed you can go towards dragon or the Baron. So
yeah, having
or
this
the Shelly if you want.
Having this mid turret cracked open, we did see a bit from DSP last game actually. It allowed them the ability to move to this dragon. It allowed them to move their players into these side lanes because what happens is there's a longer response time from this mid wave. So people have to come to the mid wave, respond to it, to have the ability to move your players into the side lanes, overload these lanes, overload these objectives. So that's what the mid turret being raised does for a team, and that's why it's really it's the most important one, that mid tier one to be cracked down, as they're going to start setting up for this dragon. 20 seconds now on this infernal dragon. Gonna be an infernal soul. 2 dragons already here for the side of DSP. So
There are a lot of pings coming out towards this
Mhm.
bot side as top tier 1 does fall.
They need to stop letting Hayden just sideline on his own. It was said by
Zach
our
gets
host
spotted
Willie
by a ward.
in the
Has
little
to kill
break
the
there that
ward.
if Camille could just sideline, she would she might be able to 1v9 this game. But
Oh, they're going to be fighting over Scuttle. Oh,
teleports on both top lanes.
Leona ult does not connect onto anyone. Here comes the stun. Here comes an incoming teleport from both the top laners.
It's going to be
Gonna be a
run a lot
5
up,
versus
though, and
5,
it's not going to find anything.
It's gonna be a 5 versus 5 over the dragon.
Yeah.
But no, blue side is falling back. They're not contesting this dragon.
It's quite important that they do. I think they have the ability to contest it right now.
Oh, they are moving, and dragon goes over the red side as Sakura is isolated. That's a 2-man knockup. Oh, beautiful 2 knockups coming out. Malphite goes down. Camille goes down. Nautilus got smited down. Callista gets taken down soon afterwards for a double kill for Zach.
Yeah. Not the cleanest fight, but it's going to be a 2 for 3 there to the side of Team Guacamole. They're going to be able to start moving over to this Rift Herald, get the second Herald of the game there. So yeah, but it was a scrappy one. It was heroics from Tay and Diari there to find these late kills onto the Orianna, onto the Camille, that allowed the fight to not be so one-sided. So really well played, and the Drake, most importantly, secured there for the side of DSP. DSP, sorry, which allows them to be on their soul point.
It's an Infernal Drake, which provides 5% AD and AP. So
yeah,
Infernal Drake is a very powerful in the late game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's the Infernal Soul point here. This Infernal Soul causing havoc on either team here, and it's going to have to be responded to. You can't let a team get the Infernal Soul for free. So they're gonna have to be ready to fight that.
Leona is up here alone, split pushing top lane. Oh, that's gonna be a hook coming out. Charm has to flash out of there. Oh, here comes a Zach too, thinking about a dive. Is somewhat on vision here, actually. Hayden did get spotted on vision as Unwanted is thinking about a jump, but is now spotted by this beautiful ward.
Yeah, the ward is just catching them all out here. So just Callista and Nautilus are just trying to see if they can catch someone. But yeah, they're gonna realize that the Camille and Leon are just respecting. They're just gonna clear this wave out here. Is Malphite a bit overextended here in this bot side? Just gonna shove this wave back off here. Everyone's just playing very safely, just shoving in, responding to their waves. It's like their job, like, oh, I have to go catch my wave, and they are doing so well, I believe. Not too much action gonna happen here. Baron spawning in 10 seconds, sorry. I wonder if any team is going to look for it. There's going to be some vision placed from the bot lane.
Looks like Night Shift Pandas are grouping up. They want to set Baron up before Guac can get there. Now Charm is being chased. 2 versus 1. Here comes an incoming teleport. As everyone splits up. Both sides are on their respective sides of the map. And now Baron is up. Baron gets control worded.
Yeah, I don't know how good they've been at tracking the teleport there of Malphite, but if they know it's not up, they can start to force this fight. Malphite's shown on this bot wave here now. So with that information, I think they might want to start looking towards this Baron, or maybe even using a 5 fight here in the mid lane.
Oh, that was a beautiful hook. As Charm gets bursted down and will fall. See you later.
Yeah, it's just gonna get burst out here. I was talking about how maybe a fight could be forced on the side of Team Guacamole here, but a fight was forced on NSP instead, realizing Kabir was in that top line. Hook found that they have a lot of upfront bursts with this Ahri, with this Trundle, with this Callista, sorry. They have a lot of this burst, so just a hook onto Leona, finding that pick. It's not going to lead into much. They're not going to be able to get the Baron off that, but it is going to mean that they can start setting up a minute till this dragon here, so
Life is Soup is in a 2 versus 1 at the moment. Oh, that's a flash out of there.
That flash being down is critical on that Malphite. It really helps his reach getting onto these backline carries um Team Guacamole here, this Oriana, this Kaiser here. And with that flash down, it means they're gonna be a lot safer in this later team fight. But it doesn't mean that people like Nautilus or this Malphite himself can't find them without that flash up. So
There's gonna be a Rift Herald being summoned in a mid. Shelly is now on the move, being blocked by minions. Shelly is now being in a 4 versus 1. Oh, and Shelly just gets bursted. Shelly got no value.
yeah, no, see, but Shelly did get value that actually this is quite a common tactic. They place her in the mid lane, make everyone respond to her. Otherwise,
Right.
she gets the crash down, so they can get this position with the team fight's battle lines are drawn.
Dragon is up, and Dragon is being attacked. No, it's not. It's getting reset. Dragon is the target for a red side. You do not want to give Soul over. As Hayden just flashes a mastery emote. Yeah, I see her being toxic. Oh, that's a beautiful knockup. Oh, Dragon does not get stolen. Here comes a 2 knockup. Make it 3. Double knockup up here at top. Tay goes down. Kaisa goes down. Everyone is chasing into the fight. Charm Earth is isolated. Has a flash. Charm is out of there.
That's all.
And now it's going to be Night Shift Pandas moving up. They know the only objective left standing here is Baron. And there's a couple of pings towards this area. Trundle is not
maybe looking for some heroics here, but I think it's just gonna end up
in the chat at 23:21. Trundle did ping that they did not have their smite for 45 seconds, although it's going to be a smaller cooldown now. So Trundle can't really do Baron unless they have the smite up.
Yeah, but generally with the it shouldn't really matter. I do think they could have forced that.
Oh, that's gonna be an engage coming in. Double knockup as Kuro is isolated, being traced down by Zac. It's going to be a Malphite being falling as we do see the Nautilus running away. Say goodbye to the top laner and Baron Nashor.
They did manage to secure an early ban off just a pick like this in the last game as well. Team Guacamole here, so
Baron
they can do something similar.
Baron is now at half HP, making a quarter HP. Here comes the jungler jumping in. They get a Baron steal. Trundle gets traded for Baron.
And you want to look into the bot lane here. Kalisha's just been pinged, but she just got this tier 2, 550 gold of herself there. It's gonna lead towards getting this more of Mamolius or whatever item she feels like going next. Yeah, so that was really well played from the Trundle, getting and sealing the Baron. That means an extra 1,500 gold spread across the pockets, and I'm not sure they're going to do much else with the buffs there, but big steal there from Trundle in that fight, stopping especially from letting Team Guac advance this lead, and now it's grown to a 4.5k gold lead there for the side of Nightshade Pandas. A lot of it on this Callista, on this Ahri, and they will have the ability to shove these waves.
Since blue side has a very large lead, since red side has a lead of over 500 gold, Baron actually had a 500 gold bounty. So
yeah, are the objective bounties not on the side of Team Guacamole, sorry?
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's blue side that has the objective bounties and not red side there, so...
Yeah, the blue side had a bounty on Baron, so as they killed Baron, they could have gotten back in the game despite having a kill lead at the moment.
Yeah. It's just these laning leads, the turret leads as well, for Nightshade Pandas as well as the Baron to cure this
Oh,
Phillips
everyone
onto
is
the
grouping up towards the brush here.
It's going to be 2.5 minutes until it's out of the next big objective, the next big fight, you'd have to think. And I would love to see Camille's try to push, see if she can find anything in this side lane instead of just grouping down here, doing little to nothing in the
Here
bot lane
comes
here.
the
As
quick.
Malphite
Here comes the
almost
push in the mid. Zach is diving in. Turret gets expended though. Incoming teleport. There are airborne knockups all over the place. Say goodbye to life.
Is Gliss gonna fall?
Soup is isolated. Stopwatch from Tay. Nautilus goes down.
She is.
Oh,
Oh, no,
everyone
sorry.
is diving all over the place. It's an ace.
And they're gonna try and march down 30-second death time as they're on the side of Team Guac. They think they can end it.
Yeah, if you're night shift, Pandas, you can quickly end the game right here and now. If
They
you're
still have
fast.
their Baron buff up for another
3 seconds. It's gone now. Baron's gone now, so. But it doesn't matter. Both Nexus turrets are gone, and now GG is being called in the all chat. We are going to game 3.
Game 3, Team Guacamole really well played there. Using this advantage they had on the Kalista, the Ari all throughout the game there. It's just going to lead to them just taking this game, winning around almost every objective. The Inferno Soul was too much to deal with from the side of Nightshade Pandas there, and Team Guacamole are going to take the L. And yeah, really well played there from Team Guacamole, from Nightshade Pandas. Sorry. What were your thoughts on the game, Willie?
Yeah, so Night Shift Panda's looking a lot better here than game one. I think that switching back to the ADC in the mid
Yeah.
definitely helped them out a little bit there. And correctly seeing that, hey, we've got our top ranked player. He's on roll on ADC. Let's play around him early and get him that early lead. We saw some tower diving. We got the first tower in the bot lane. And with that lead, even though not played perfectly, of course, there's always some mistakes that are going to happen in these fights. But he got that lead and he made good use out of it. Really nice objective play from them, just to saying, hey, we got a couple early kills. Let's start going on the dragons. And then once it's Infernal Soul and they've just got the dragons rolling, you just keep taking them. Once you've got the soul, it's gonna be a tough mountain to climb for the other team. And I want to say that it's kind of a similar story to the first game, except on the other foot now, because Team Guac, I actually mentioned this during the break, their top laner pick, the Camille, you've got to be able to split push in a game like this because the other top laner, the Malphite, he's not going to be able to deal with it very well. He's more of a teleport in, ult the backline, get a team fight going, right? He really excels at those objective fights, just saying, push the trigger, get the fight started. So Team Guac's top laner has got to be splitting and putting some pressure on the map.
Yeah.
But in that game, only ended up taking the top tower. They had a fairly decent lead on their laner, but never able to convert it into any meaningful map pressure or anything like that. So I think it's a kind of similar to how in the first game we saw the front line for NSP diving in instead of peeling. It's just a little bit of a misunderstanding of exactly what your role in the game is here.
Yeah, and I think another thing to be pointed out is the jungler there on Team Guacamole. Yeah, he was just it was that early ward placed from the invade actually. Now I'm thinking about it. Spotted out the Zac and they knew exactly where it was going to be. They tracked him all throughout, so they were able to like, cross map the Herald when they knew Zac was bot side. They were able to contest the Dragon when they knew they had bot shove and Zac was top side, and there was nothing they could do about these early objectives on the side of NSP here. And then they leveraged that advantage. Obviously, they raised the mid turret there. No, the bot turret, sorry, and they managed to get that lead there. So Yeah, I think just really well played, really good macro play, especially from the side of NSP.
Yeah, so
From
very smart
yeah,
wards there, and actually that Trundle invade getting the Zac passive, I think
hmm
was very helpful.
yeah,
It kind of shoved him away from being able to contest the crabs or anything. Got him a little bit of a lead in tempo, and actually looking at their CS scores at the end of the game, Trundle's got a pretty hefty lead of almost 100 CS. So
hmm
um, not only is he getting his bot lane ahead because he's got the tempo and he's got the right timing to look for dives and ganks, he's also getting himself quite a bit of a lead there just by being able to clear a little bit more efficiently. So, really well played from him. And yeah, and NSP able to tie it up here.
hmm
So now we are going into a game three, and we're going to have to see what adjustments each teams are making. Both teams have sort of settled into what they're trying to do here. I think Team Guac's top laner has got to look to play a little more greedy if he picks
yeah,
another split pushing champion. I think he's got to say, maybe even take Ignite and just look for
hmm
kills because when you pick a champion like Camille, you've either got to pick a carry off, which is really hard to do here when everybody's got when the Callista's really good at self peel, but she also had three heavy frontliners that game, right? So
yeah,
if you're not able to pick her off in a team fight or look for a flank, you're gonna have to split push. So I think
hmm
whichever team has the most players that are playing picks that they're comfortable with, champions that they know what the role in the game is, that team is probably going to take home the series in game three.
yeah. It's I doubt they're gonna let any of these Udyr Thresh picks as we're
Okay, here
starting
we
the
go
round.
into game 3.
Getting into draft, draft will be starting up soon.
Oh,
Um,
it's a Victor band already.
Yeah.
yes,
It's
we
team
over there.
swapped around now. Victor is it was the band. Oh, Graves band away. Oh no, yeah,
Oh,
the Udyr. Yeah,
Malphite.
that makes
No,
that
no, new
makes
deer again.
more sense. I'd expect to see bands just. Oh no, Zac band away.
Zach.
That was the prevalent jungler. For Team Guac here,
There
as
goes Zaya.
on the side of NSP, they did like to ban away some of these engaged junglers. So maybe we're going to see the Maokai, the Jarvan, something like that picked up on the side of Team Guac this time. One of the ones that didn't get banned away. As I don't know what NSP have cooking for their first pick. Yeah, it's going to be the Maokai banned away. As we haven't seen them with the first pick.
No,
Okay. Oh no,
day 4.
Jarvan. Okay. Oh yeah, we haven't seen them with first pick. We just saw 2 games of Guac on blue side. So it would be the Thresh ban, and if not, I would expect that to be first picked here for the side of NSP. I don't really see anything else.
Udyr is yeah, Thresh is still up at the moment.
Yeah, I don't really see anything else being banned away here. Oh,
It's gonna be
for banning
Maokai.
away. Oh,
Oh,
Thresh
Thresh
is
is
up.
up. Thresh is
They're
up.
daring them. They are daring them. Are they gonna first pick it?
So now do you? I don't know. It's possible.
Oh, I'm just making sure I understand it.
Being covered, and it's locked.
Yeah, Thresh is locked here for the side of NSP. Yeah, it's going to be their comfort pick. And now I'm expecting uh, something like the.
A
Sorry.
Moo. Okay.
Yeah, a Mumu it's a bit of a flex pick. Sometimes in the jungle, sometimes in the
Support
support role
maybe.
there. Yeah, but it is generally these hook champs which perform really well into the Thresh that can hook him just right out that hook animation there, cancel everything, go even for the trade, and then pick more aggressive AD carry that you can afford to pick up with something like the Nautilus, the Blitzcrank, the really windy lanes. Sejuani picked up here, which means more than likely the Moon's going to move into the support role there, unless it's the Sejuani
Okay.
playing in the top lane. And
That's
Trundle,
possible. There, it's a flex.
I do really like the Trundle pick up here. They just they pick tanks on R1, R2, so yeah, Trundle is just an obvious pickup here. I think it's definitely a favorite of the jungler of NSP units. So what is the
Oriana's up if you want to pick mid.
yeah, Ornn is up as well. There's a lot of tanks being picked up here. Some very tanky people. As I think the Ornn is a
Oh, yeah, that is an Orion locked in.
yeah, the Ornn is it's very safe. It's got very good engage as well. It's got very non-committal
Oh,
engage as the a
Fortune.
misfortune is picked up here. This is a classic combo from as MF always seems to get buffed coming into wars. We see MF Amumu popping up all the time in that bot lane. So I would expect the Amumu in the bot lane as Kalista is banned away. On the side of Team Guac, and I would expect another AD carry banner to be drawn from
There was Camille potentially.
yeah,
Yeah, Camille's gone.
yep. Camille banned away. They're just gonna ban away all the people that can deal with the Ornn. I would expect something like a Gwen banned away again, or maybe the Fiora banned away. All these people that have a good time with true damage into the Ornn there. So the Ornn can just neutralize the laning phase again and then scale up into that late game as the tank he wants to be. And yeah, I'd expect an AD carry ban. I'm not sure which one. I don't know which AD carry that's quite scared of. Varus, by the
Ooh,
way.
Varus.
Makes a lot of sense. It's the one we saw Raya. And if I'm looking as NSP here at what AD carry I'd want to pick up, I would want to pick up something like maybe the oh, I don't even know, maybe the Ezreal, maybe the Caitlyn, something that can really try to sit back, use its range and poke it out and win the lane. But this MF Amumu lane can be very scary. One hook hits when it's at level 6 and you both could be dead as Mordekaiser
Oh, that's
picked
gonna
up.
be a Mordekaiser brand.
I don't know what AD carry NSP are going to decide to go for here. As mid lane or top lane now needs to be picked up. I would not be surprised to see something like the Silas, one of these melee champions in the mid lane, to really pair along with this Sejuani. To try and get that passive stacked up there. And it's going to be. Oh. Time's run out. What are they picking? Yeah, it's the Gwen there. Yeah.
Gwen. Ooh.
The Ornn has been shown in that top lane, so Gwen's going to be picked up there just to neutralize that threat there coming out from the Ornn, and Ashe is going to be picked up. She's not one
You
we
don't you don't
see,
you don't see a
but
lot of Ash these
it's fine.
days in the pro scene, so
Yeah,
very surprising pickup.
she did dominate at one point as a support and as AD carry with the Heimerdinger lane.
Oh,
But she can
Nico?
Nico picked up here, going to be into the mid lane there. Yeah,
It could be gone.
Nico is a pick that has dominated draft league, as I said in game one when it was picked up there. And what are they going to choose in response? I'm honestly not 100% sure what people like to pick into Nico. I would imagine something that can outscale her and that can survive her early game. So I don't know. Yeah, Oriana is just going to be picked up again for the side of Team Guac. It's just this safe mid lane pick. What I would want to see into this Nico. And I think now, as we're getting months into the after the Nico rework now, I think the Oriana, I think the tricks that she can play are less impactful on on most of the league playing population here. So I'd like to see what direction they go with this.
I really like the pickup for the Ash and the Ornn too. I could argue NSP could be slated to win, but
Mhm.
take a look at Guac. They have not won, but they have two
Yeah,
tanks.
yeah. I think Team Black have a
Well, NSP does too, but Gwen can potentially be a threat.
yeah. I think Team Guac here have a very obvious game plan with the Mumu Sejuani. They're just looking to brawl. They're looking to team fight. They're looking to make it happen. They're looking for that really, really big Amumu ult to lay on top of the Oriana ult, the MF ult, the Gwen ult. This is something we see time and time and time again in the Draft League, and it's a strategy we've seen work. But on the side of NSP, there they have the Trundle to start chewing through some of this front line, and they have the Nico and the Ornn to disrupt a lot of this engage. The Thresh to keep the Ash safe here. So yeah, I think that although I really do enjoy Guac's team fight, and I think they're going to win. I think they've won the draft. Sorry, I think NSP have definitely a lot of opportunities to make things happen here. So it's going to be
They have
all
they have a
down
lot
to.
of they have a lot of chances to capitalize on the Thresh.
Mhm.
But we don't know who their support is quite exactly.
Yeah, I
So
would
we'll have to
imagine
wait.
there's.
So yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna head to a break, but when we get back, we will be ready for Game 3.
that. No, not funny. Okay, I thought it was funny. The battle lines are drawn, and there's going to be the stack that we've seen on the red side, just in this blue brush here. Oh yeah, from red side. Sorry, just on this bot side brush here. It's going to be a 5-person stack, but battle lines are drawn on the side of NSP here. Nothing too
Yeah,
interesting
blue side's
happening.
taking a more standard approach.
Yeah. This looks like it's going to be both junglers are heading towards their red side here. So it's going to be Sejuani pathing to this spot lane, trying to make an impact against Tay here and Sukaraki on this Thresh. Whereas Trundle's trying to head up, impact this top lane, make sure this Gwen gets far behind as possible, try to suppress and shut down this Gwen, who is one of the big threats on the side of Team Guac here. So it's going to be. However,
Yeah,
it's going to be.
both sides are moving towards their top side, towards their respective laners. Although Gwen did do a leash.
Yeah, and it's going to be Alicia also from Ash and Thresher's hook hits already, are they? Hook goes wide from the side of Sukaraki. I'm going to stop trying to say that. As yeah, it's going to be.
Oh, important to note that both sides changed. So
Yeah, it's Team Guac here now on the blue side, and Night Shade Shift. I can't really remember. Pandas here on the red side. Sorry about that. And yeah, it's gonna be Misfortune and the Moo are gonna be pushing in towards Tay and Sukaraki here on the bot side. Which is not really, I'm sure, how they wanted this lane to go. Because the MF, when she gets these first strike and she gets these Qs off, can start to become very annoying, especially as a wave is pushing in.
oh, that's a beautiful dive coming in.
Yeah, good trades here from the Gwen.
Oh, that's gonna be a flash.
Yeah, flash away from MF. I think she could have tanked it. She had cleanse up, so I don't really think there is a reason for
Here comes the Sejuani though, beating the frontal to the crab. Sedge is actually going to be invading. No, thinking about a mid gank onto Nico. Falls back. Another way ping towards what would be the
here on the top side.
3 here. This is a bot side gank. Oh, hook landed on minion. The E on the Sakura. Sakurai gets down. Charm is taken below half HP.
Yeah. One thing to note here is, however, Sejuani's been. Oh wait, Trundle came for a top gank. Sorry, Gwen is just going to hop and skip away. One thing to note is that Sejuani did manage to. She did stay around, looking for a bit of an invade, skipping a camp there on the bot side. So she's still going to be level 3, and she's She wasted a lot of time just dilly-dallying around, trying to find a gank onto the mid, trying to find the gank on the bot, and it's not really working. And during all this time, Trundle is up 30 farm, upper level, and it's now going to have the ability to come, and there's going to be a midway in 2v2 scrap. Something going to happen?
No. Nothing materializes. As we do see a potential engage in the bot side. Oh, beautiful E! Stun coming out on Sakurai. Oh, critical is being bursted down. First blood to Ash gets traded.
Ash gonna keep trading. She still has cleanse up here, but Moo has a lot of
Kay
base
is still alive as Flash gets committed by Charm to break the fight up.
Yeah, just well played, seeing their angle, hitting the hook. They know that there's no flash on the MS, so Ash can just walk up, start auto attacking.
Trundle is gonna invade onto the Trundle invaded onto the Raptor camp.
Yeah, gonna pick up the camp for himself. Very nice. Just gonna continue to advance this small lead as Gwen is trading.
Oh, Life is Soup is gonna have to commit the
Ooh,
flash.
that was a weird ghost. Don't think it's quite. Oh, flash in, flash out.
Oh, here's kick.
Oh,
Oh,
great hook
beautiful
hitting.
hook does connect onto Beth.
Yeah,
Oriana
and
will fall.
the support here of NSP looking a lot better on the jump. They are most comfortable on this Thresh here. Being able to make these plays into bot lane, help out their AD carry, find these picks, and get the find their roam timings as well onto the mid lane. And yeah, it just led to a great pick. Nico and Ash are both.
Oh, Sakura is gonna burn the
great.
flash. Glacial Augment lands, the flail lands on to 404. E comes out from the Misfortune, but Misfortune goes down.
Yeah, just as I was singing their praises, they come in with a great flash hook, lantern behind to find the kill, and they're gonna pick up the cannon as well. W to get the Shin proc. And it's going to be Triforce on this Ash. I think that is what most people have been going. I think that's the general consensus. Triforce has been a pretty strong item, especially for some of these on hit building, attack speed, loving AD carries. So yeah, 2-0 on this Ash, big lead now.
Ooh, beautiful wave clear from the Nico in mid. Oriana couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, there's just going to be leads in almost all lanes there for the side of NSP here. Really well played, really well piloted early game from them.
The only lane that's behind is top.
Yeah, I mean it is to be expected into this lane. This going into Ornn lane, it's quite hard for the Ornn to lane here. Really, it's quite he can get quite up. He can get chunked up quite heavily by this Gwen.
Blue side is making a move towards Dragon. Dragon is at 500 HP. Dragon goes down.
Misses the E. You works up. Is it not?
Why is the needle barely stayed alive?
Yeah, Gwen does have her
oh, here's the here's the Sejuani thinking about a gank onto the Ornn. Sedge does get spotted by a control word. Nico falls as Life is Soup is being ulted. Call of the Forge God comes out, but cannot be struck before for the Ornn.
Yeah. Well played. Finding that dive angle just a bit later. I think Hayden probably could have got the solo kill, but waited for his jungler for the more secure play. Probably smarter than what I would have done, which is burn my ult, try to dive the Ornn, get ulted, and lose everything I had gained over the last 8 minutes of laning. Well, but I'm not the best top laner, to be perfectly honest with you. So yeah, really well played there. Found that dive, and extended this lead in the top lane into this Ornn. But this is, as I said, yet again, to be expected. Most of the lead is, most of the advantage from the side of Team Guac is on this Gwen. And there's leads on the bot side. There's about a 500 gold lead going toward the Ash there. So yeah, there's leads on opposite side of the maps for these teams. It's interesting to see what they do.
Even the Thresh has a 300 gold lead on the Amumu, so if you look at the gold graph.
Yeah, picking up those assists, yeah, it's more like 200, but yeah,
a lot of individual trades going on in lane.
Yeah, it's picking up.
Trundle is making a move towards Shelly. Shelly is now at half HP. Shelly is being committed.
And again, what we're seeing in this game is they have knowledge of where Sejuani is. They have knowledge of where Sejuani's pathing, and Imox is just
here
used
comes
that to their
Sejuani
advantage.
coming up. They are rotating towards the Rift Herald. Rift Herald goes down.
Yeah,
Trundle has to burst his way out of there and takes it back.
Yeah, I think this is yet again been another really good jungle performance here from Imox. They've just been they've skipping camps when they need to skip camps. They've been full clearing when they need to be full clearing, and they've been just in the right place at the right time almost every time. And along with the gold lead on the AD carries that way, I'd say as a trade-in. Sorry.
Oh, Life is Soup is being birthed down by the Gwen. They can't do anything about it. Ornn will fall.
Yeah, this is. This Gwen, I was just singing the praises of the bot lane in the jungle of NSP here, but Team Quack and Hayden Dart on that Gwen in the top line is looking rather dangerous, getting 2-0, having almost 10 CS a minute. It's gonna be
we do have our
hitting these
first
plates.
we do have our first mythic picked up. It's a trendy force on the Ash, so
Yeah, no,
a
I think we're
trendy
expecting
force
to
is
see.
useful as a dueling item, right?
Yeah, Trinity Force is just it's a really strong item for these on-hit
Oh, the
carries.
flash
Gives you
comes
access
out.
to.
Nico's ult lands on minions. No value.
Yeah, it gives you access to a lot of its attack speed, but Riftmaker and Radiant Virtue, two key items picked up from the top jungle of Team Guap here. This Ornn is going to have a really difficult time doing anything else in this game until he eventually hits the level 13, 14, 15, starts giving out some of these Radiant items.
Here's everyone in bot 3 versus. It's gonna be a potential 3 versus 3. Sejuani charges down, gets spotted out by a ward. It's Sejuani's falling back.
Yeah, trying to recognize
Now make it a
that.
4 on 3 as Rift Herald is being summoned into the lane. Shelly gets the charge, gets one whole plate before falling,
Yeah,
and now Orianna is being pinged out. Orianna is now the threat. It's Moth. Yeah, I figured you were not gonna do that. Mox gets spotted out by a ward. Ward does fall.
As it looks like they're going to be setting up both teams to this Infernal Drake now. They're trying to find this mid shove. Bot shove here, achieved by the sides of NSP here as Amumu is maybe overstepping just a bit.
Dragon is up as Charm has to flash. Bullet time is out. The 1-for-1 as Trundle and Amumu fall. Ash falls too. It's a double kill as the bot lane is killed off by the Sedge. Nico has to run for their life as now Dragon is being threatened.
Yeah,
Dragon is now at half HP and falling quickly. As this Nico's trying to get away. Oh, beautiful route. Airborne knockup stun does connect onto the Orianna. Now Orianna's the one that's having the run. Make it to 10 HP as Nico gets bursted down in the trade.
Yeah, and this has just been a story of overextension, really.
And now Gwen is chasing down the Ornn. Gwen's ult does not connect onto the Ornn. Both sides do disengage.
Yeah, and it's just been a story. It's just been a story of overextension. They funneled into this bot side jungle when they knew MF and Amumu had their ults up. They knew they had the ability to do that on top of the shockwave, and Team sorry, yeah, NSP here.
Oh, here comes potentially a gank as Sakura kills off a ward. Sedge's top side. It's 2 versus 2 in bot side for now.
Yeah, Team Grax are really good access to what they wanted to in that team fight.
Both supports are fighting over these wards. They want to be able to set Dragon up, but you cannot do it without vision. As here comes a push. Charm does get hooked. Rooted goes down as bullet time gets no value.
Yeah, I didn't even realize the Nico's there in that lane. I didn't realize she transformed into that minion there, to be perfectly honest with you. She walks in, she finds some root and gets a kill onto the movement. Really well played, really well executed. And yeah, and they found nothing on the trade with that bullet time, so...
Sakura Kai is just hanging out here in the ward, in the bush. It does come out of the bush eventually.
Yeah.
Gwen is all alone in top lane. Minion wave is pushing. Gwen is passing towards Shelly. Sneaks into the bush. Oh, here comes an incoming teleport. Here comes an incoming fight. Oh, Tay gets bursted down, isolated. Yeah, see you later. As now the Thresh is chased down. Gwen gets the kill.
Yeah, just really well played there. This Gwen is garnering this massive lead here, 3-0 now, getting that CS up. And with that on top of the Orianna, on top of this MF getting, like, neutralizing some of this lead, being able to push out, get this first turret. It's looking very scary. Both these bot laners being dead, they're going to pick up this turret on the bot side. Going to be the first turret of the game, I believe. Gold spreading between MF and Gwen. So yeah, just really, really key gold on some of these carries on their triple turret right here. So.
Ornn is playing really aggressive towards his top tier 1. As here comes Charm trying to gank as Call of the Forge God comes out, connects onto Charm. Charm is bursted down. As now Turret is going after.
They're gonna trade it back.
The Trundle. Trundle is now deleted from the Rift. Ornn, Orianna
oh my God.
turns out the triple kill.
Yeah, just massive misplay there from the side of NSP, just tanking the wave and then the shockwave to find the rest of the wave there led to them tanking one too many turret shots, and they all just fell to the hands of this Orianna.
Rift Herald is back as Guac is gonna start it up.
Yeah, with the lead on this top side, there's not a lot they can do to contest in the way of the Rift Herald. Team Guac are gonna pick that up, and they're gonna be incredibly happy with that one. They're gonna use it to. Gwen has it. She's gonna raise this top turret all by herself, I'd imagine, and get the second turret of the game.
She could, or the Rift Herald could be played in a bot. No, the Rift Herald can be played in mid. Go after the mid tier one. Then if you're Guac, you can really open the map.
Yeah.
Gwen is gonna actually use the B. Warren doesn't know where the Gwen is. Oh, Gwen does dive out the bush. So. Oh, here we go. Qs are being lodged onto the Ornn. Gwen is trying to get away, and that's the Gwen will.
45 seconds up on this Drake. They're gonna try to
Trundle is
both
now
teams scurrying to try and get pressure,
Trundle
try and get
is
this push into the waves.
Trundle is rotating up towards mid, does get pinged out. And now they're rotating. Trundle in the bot lane's rotating back to bot as Kexlings is trying to engage. Gally is randomly played mid. Here comes an incoming teleport from the Ornn. Gwen has to walk into bot. Nope. Teleport quite yet. Glacial Armor does connect. Bullet time is out. Bullet time got some beautiful burst as Ornn is just getting deleted. Ornn is now 1-4.
Yeah, that was they're just getting exactly what they want from this fight.
Oh, here we go. Tay is now the new target. 3-man knockup on the Nico. Now the Moo goes down. Gwen gets deleted. Gwen is shut down. Minions take down a turret somewhere. Nico gets the kill onto Misfortune for a double. Guac is running towards the hills as now Dragon is being started up.
Yeah, that was incredibly well played there. The side
here comes Guac. They're re-engaging.
They want to try to secure this dragon. They want to look at see if they can find a steal.
Nico is all isolated. Nico is knocked up. Still alive. Yeah. The Nico clone is running towards them as blue side minions take out a turret. It's gonna be incoming turret teleport from Ornn. Call the Forge God does come out. Blue side steal away the dragon.
The bot side, though.
As Orianna gets shut down, as Zed is running towards Baron Nashor in the red buff at 10 HP. Zed stayed alive.
Yeah, it's just snip just went wide from the Gwen on the backside. Yeah, that was really incredibly played fight there from Tay. When there was
Tay is now being isolated in a 2 versus 1. Here comes the move. Here comes Misfortune. Charm is chasing. Misfortune will be falling, but Tay is gonna get traded out.
Yeah, really showing his master mechanics there. One thing to point out is the Captain Jack on the cleanse from Tay there on the Amumu stun. Really incredible. Allowed him to just rain fire onto this Amumu, onto this MF, training the Amumu in the early game, in the early fight. And that led to
there's a big wave in mid as Baron is up. Ornn is taking down the top tier 1.
Yeah.
Both sides are wanting to play very aggressively, but they don't know how exactly. NSP is behind it. Yes, they do have leads on the dragons, but having enough kills, having higher kills. Well, League is not about a kill game. You want to play for objectives. You want to play for rituals. You want to play for dragon. You want to play for Baron, which is up.
Yeah.
Orin gets spotted by a ward on Baron.
Yeah, it's looking like Gwen's going to be pushing in this bot side as well. Nothing much is going to happen. People are just going to be clearing their waves out, responding to their duty. I doubt there's going to be much happening unless one team can find a pick. So it's just going to be shoving in these waves, scaling up until we hit 3 minutes, and then this next dragon fight up.
Sedge is making a move towards her blue. There are pings from Guac coming out around topside and around Baron, so they want to kill the Baron now. So, but both teams are very well aware at this point that Baron exists. It is the next target.
Yeah, 80 carries are on cool in-game items almost. Well, Vamps up to pick up there for Ashe, but both just shoving out these mid waves, seeing if they could raise this tier 1 turret from the side of Team Guac here, as they are searching. Trundle's moving toward the mid lane. Amumu is sitting in this bush. I'm not sure if he's swept it out, but he seems to know he's not on vision there.
NSP is moving up towards the turret as Hook lands onto the Sedge, but nothing materializes other than the fact that Glacial Augment did connect.
And this Gwen is still a massive problem, although all is equal in the items here. She's 1,500 gold ahead. She's a whole half item ahead, and with that true damage coming through from her, when she gets those passive stacks up, when she starts cutting through, she's gonna shred through these tanks and she's gonna one-shot these squishies, and she's a big threat. They need to find something like the Ashe onto her if she doesn't go immune in time. The Trundle needs to get on top of her. She's a massive threat, and even then, the Amumu, the MF, the Orianna are gonna come up with that damage after. There's so many threats in this comp, and it's gonna be so difficult to deal with. As
from downtown finds nothing. It's called the Fortune does connect onto it. This Fortune does go down. Flash has to be committed from the Orianna and the Clint. Orianna stays alive as there are some ping coming out towards Baron Nashor. In fact, Baron is actually being attempted by MSP. They are urging the Baron to be checked. Baron is now at half HP. Nico commits a teleport. Baron is now at a quarter HP, 10 HP. Baron is slain.
Yeah, Baron is being taken there. They're going to get their recalls. They're going to try and push these waves out, but the Dragon is going to be up in 20 seconds here. So I think they're going to rush out on the side of NSP to try and contest this possibly. If they grabbed it, it'll be their sell point. It's not the end of the world if they don't, though. They still have time to claim this, so.
Mock spots out 2 words on the sweeper, so Dragon is up, right for the taking. Mumu dives into the dragon pit. Dragon is being attacked, but it is slow. It's not being bursted down. It's not like a Baron killing team, to say the least. Mox now jumps into the dragon pit. Mox is attacking back into 2 and Augment stuck in a mech. Charm gets bursted. See you later. Gwen ult does not connect from 2. Oh, Nico ult does connect for a double kill. Ult from downtown does connect onto the Orianna. Orianna will fall as Dragon just completely resets.
Yeah, and the execution there was it was imperfect from the side Team Guac here. But that's really what it comes down to. If the CC lands and the ults get on top of these people, then their comp can still spell doom. But if it doesn't land, and this Ashe has time for 3-5, this Thresh hit can start hitting, the Trundle can start hitting the backline, and especially the Nico we saw in that bot side jungle with a big Pop Blossom hitting their 2 squishy carries, keeping them out of the fight. Yeah, it was a really well executed play, making up for the mistakes of Team Guac here. So yeah.
NSP have been on fire with this Baron buff so far. After killing Baron, they killed the dragon, got some other picks, and they took out 2 turrets in mid. So
yeah, they did shut down this mid tier 1, tier 2 as well, which means they're gonna have free open reign to do whatever they really want on this map. We already see wards dropped in that red side jungle there of the side of NSP of Team Guac, sorry. And they're gonna move out, they're gonna shove these waves in, and they're gonna reset, they're gonna take a break here. They need to start thinking about how they contest this next Baron in 3 minutes, and how they start to want to fight for this soul. Both teams still really strong in this team fight. If this CC from the Amumu from the Sejuani does start to hit, and the ults are layered on top, team fight is still deadly from the side.
oh, here's
Team
the
fight
Sedge, gets rooted, knocked up. Oh, it's done. It's gonna be a 3-on-1 on the Sedge. E comes from Sportsman Call. The fourth guy's coming out too. Oh, Nico get in.
He's so good.
It's gonna be a double kill for the Ashe. Make it a triple kill. It is not an ace. Orianna has to fall back. Ashe is on the attack. Here comes the mid tier 3 as the turret and bot goes down. Mid tier 3 goes down. Top tier 2 goes down. Gonna be the top inhibitor going down. Bottom mid inhibitor goes down. Top tier 3 goes down. Top red side tier 3 goes down. Here comes the Gwen in trouble. Teleport is being called. And top lane red side inhibitor goes down. As
maybe Gwen
can find someone. Oh, does connect on the 2. Here comes a teleport again.
Tasio's looking forward. He's like, I'm hitting full HP. I want to fight. But this is looking like another example of them overstaying their welcome, overstaying their tempo, which we've seen from both teams in both games. So I think it's smart. They're just going to back off. They're just going to take the 2 inhibitors they got after winning that fight. But yeah, hey, the mechanics, the ult instantly to find the MF, the kiting, perfect. Just really well played at chopping through these team fights. And I think this is one of the most dominant mechanical performances we've seen in Draft League in a while, especially this year in the games I've been casting since I've been here. So yeah, it's this is looking like a really exciting one. As I still said, and I still continue to say, there's still always threats on the side of Team Guac here. If this Amumu CC lands, if ults start to come on top, it still could be deadly. But the way Tay's playing, with the cleanse up coming into this next team fight in roughly 2 minutes around this dragon, looking really strong here.
There are 3 players from NSP in bot. They are making a move towards this bot tier 2. As the Ashe ult comes from downtown, does not connect onto the Orianna sidesteps it. Here comes the chase. Ashe E does scout the area. As Ashe is just bullying the turret down. There you go. See you. Nico does not connect onto anything. Here comes the call of the Forge God. Does connect onto the Orianna. 2-man knockup. Does connect on the Orianna Sedge. Orianna goes down. Incoming teleport from Gwen.
Yeah, Tronda's pushing this mid wave. They have to respond to something.
Another turret has fallen. Oh, beautiful bullet time. You gotta feel bad for the Amumu who got bursted down. A Nexus turret has already fallen.
Yeah, we know, but this is really well played from IMO. They realize that if Trundle just pushes in this mid wave, you have to respond to him because he's so far. With,
here comes the rest of NSP and blue side. Bot tier 3 is gonna be falling. Bot side inhibitor is gonna be falling too. Double supers in every lane. That means trouble if you're Guac at the moment. Both.
Yeah, 3 inhibitors generally spells doom up for the game. They're going to be able to come back and they're going to have to all sit in base, respond to these super minions, which means that there's going to be this dragon almost certainly picked up. That's going to be the mountain soul. Which, on top of these all items come out, it's going to make everyone so much more tankier. They're going to get this shield coming through, and this means
Dragon Soul is being absolutely bursted at the moment. Yeah, Dragon's gone.
Yeah, and this this Dragon Soul, the Mountain Soul here, really takes out some of the I've been saying there's still chances, there's still chances, there's still chances. they are looking to have faded now, if I'm going to be completely bleak. With this mountain soul coming out, with all the extra resistances coming out, with the shield that you get from the mountain, so it's really gonna take a bit of the edge that this MF has, that this Oriana has. The Gwen still probably can get damage in this team fight if she gets a perfect fight with the
The only
2-level lead, with all the items. But yeah,
the only viable objective that Guac could try to play for at the moment is Baron. But there is a control ward in there is a stealth ward in the Baron pit that the NSP has no idea about. Baron is being absolutely rushed right now.
yeah, I'm sure.
No time for Guac to respond to that. Baron is slain.
Yeah, Hayes leading the charge. They just wanna march in. They've got Winions coming in on the top lane. Misfortune's trying to respond to them. And they think they can just start to march this in and maybe just take a team fight, win the game, even just hit the Nexus with all these waves. A bit.
Oh, here comes the Call of the Forge God. Oh, it did connect onto the Oriana. Oriana has to burn stopwatch 2. Sun connect onto the Orin Call of the Forge. Bullet time got a incredible value as Trundle is pushing to the end of the game, ignoring the team fight. It's GG.
From the side of NSP here, really well played. Yeah, I have to say this did feel like a bit of a solo carry performance coming out from Tay. I think Imox did have another quite incredible jungle game, however, finding all these timings, all these objectives, all these game specifics. Willie, what do you think of the game there?
Yeah, looking at this game, Night Shift Pandas, they really stepped it up after that first game that they lost. I think they were looking really good as a team in this game, especially around the mid game. They really started to pick up the pace a little bit. Their comp looked to me a lot harder to execute, but they still managed to string together some nice abilities in these fights. A lot of it leading up with the Nico ult. The Nico ult is setting up a lot of these picks. They're able to get 2 or 3 people with the Nico ult almost every time in these team fights. Orange got easy follow up with his ult, and then it's just easy pickings from there. They just go one by one. A lot of these fights Team Guacamole were dying before ever being able to even get their ults off. I would see the Amumu get stunned for just he'd get hooked, knocked up again by the Ornn. He'd just die without being able to even get his ult off. I think he definitely needed to go for the Merc Treads there to last through the CC. Same with the Oriana. She died a couple of times without being able to get the ult off, and that's just because NSP was executing their comp really well. I like what they did in game 3, same as in game 2, where they had a really good objective control. Played around, got the Dragon Soul, got the Baron really nicely. Um, just like you mentioned, really smart from them. They got a couple of inhibitors and then decided, hey, that's enough. We'll back off. We won't be greedy and get picked off and lose the advantage. So really nice team play from them. And of course, their ADC with a really strong performance there. Not getting caught out by these ults, not getting picked off, smart use of the cleanse. Just really well played from all of them there.
Yeah. Indeed, yeah. It's just this damage stat of 33k there coming out from Ash. We can see the 5k gold lead ahead of their lane opponent there. It's definitely very dominant game coming out from the AD carry. But as you said, yeah, it was that Nico, the Trundle as well, turning around these team fights. As we saw, I remember one of the Dragon fights, Nico found 2 people on her own, split up the fight single-handedly. So some of those things aren't often reflected in the stats. What they do in these team fights. But yeah, just good game all around from the side of
You can see there was a small gap around the 16-minute mark actually, where blue actually had a slight advantage. But it was mostly red side in control of gold graph. So even though blue won the game, they were or yeah, even though blue won the game, they were playing from behind for like the whole game.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
they were able to overcome a little bit of a lead, and actually in that last fight we saw exactly what Team Guacamole was going for. Right at the end of the game, they were able to layer a few ults, and actually they were winning that fight. But by that point, it was too late. Trundle was just able to sneak in the back and end the game. But that's exactly what Team Guacamole was going for, and if they were able to execute it a little better, I think that they would have been able to come out on top here. Their top laner definitely had the lead there, but again, just not quite able to make it matter in the long run. Not able to take that lead and turn it into one objectives or fights or towers. Um, and I really think NSP just came together and as a team. It seemed like they were communicating really well because they were playing these fights really nicely. I was pretty impressed
Yeah.
with how they were playing these fights because um, well, I don't want to repeat myself, but they were just playing it really nicely. And I do think that we're gonna get an interview going here in a minute. But anything else you guys want to bring up from this last game that we just saw here?
Anything you wanna talk about here, Caden?
Well, overall, in this post game breakdown that we're looking at, there was a point where red had control, but blue brought it back. And it was the Ash carrying all the damage. It was not Ornn. It was
Yeah.
not Trundle.
Oh,
It was
this is
not
the wrong
Theo.
post game breakdown.
Oh no.
No,
This
this is
is
the right
game
post game
2.
breakdown. No, the one before with the Camille, that was game 2. I think the problem's been fixed now. So the one
Yeah,
we're
But
looking
okay.
at
even
now on stream should be the correct one.
but even in
It's
that
a bit of
last
a
game
new
with the
feature, yeah.
but
Yeah,
even
yeah, we're
though in
just
that last game with the wrong breakdown, there was still an impressive comeback, which is how we
mhm,
got to the game 3. And it was at that Baron that screwed the game over.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly the same thing in game 2 as in game 3. NSP down a little bit in the mid game, but just able
Mhm,
to play the mid game really nicely. Get themselves these dragons. These dragons were really impactful in
yeah.
these games. Um, just being able to understand the objective play and make winning fights happen around these
Mhm.
objectives, that's a really good skill for a team to have. And I think NSP, we could be seeing them in the playoffs if they end up playing like this a little
Yeah,
better.
if
uh,
they keep this up, yeah.
yeah,
There is
a
definitely a
couple
lot
of
to it.
things that they could improve on, of course.
Mhm.
I think their top laner, if he's able to go even and while still picking these sort of utility picks against scary top laners, they'll probably be in a pretty good shape in the playoffs. But as it was, Team Guacamole, if their top laner with these carry picks was able to use their lead a little bit more effectively, it could have gone the other way. So I think that's one of the big things they probably want to iron out before going into the later parts of the draft
So
league.
now if you
Mhm.
take a look at the table, now there are three teams. No, there are two teams that share a 3-2 record, right? And it looks like Legendary Crit tonight went undefeated. So if anything, they might be the first seed from Group A. But now we are seeing a lot of teams with a 3-2 record. We have one, two, three, four, 5 teams with a 3-2 record, including Whale, which
Mhm.
I'm not sure how they're going to be. If anything, we're definitely going to have some tiebreakers going into the playoff brackets.
Yeah,
And
yeah, it
taking
should.
a look at the bracket itself, it is going to be a BO3s throughout. So
Mhm. Should
All
certainly
right.
be interesting.
Usually it's
There's
top 6 teams from the group, from your group going to the playoff bracket. But the thing is, how do we know who the top 6 teams are if we have a huge tie for second?
Yeah, looks like it's gonna be
Hmm.
exciting. Yeah.
All right, I think we are gonna get into the interview here. Can we drag this person in? Maybe I can drag this person in. Oh, look at that! I've got the power. Welcome, Suku. Okay, we've been
All
mispronouncing
right,
it for sure.
let's see it.
Sukurakai.
Yeah,
I
Super
think
Kai.
I think that's what I tried, but I think I probably butchered it a bit.
It's a
That's
lot
all
of
right.
syllables. It's
Yeah,
a
that's
lot
all
of
right.
syllables. All
Um,
right, how do we feel about that? A come from behind victory. What do we think?
Yeah,
Pretty good.
yeah, it's pretty good. It's the second time we've done it this season. It feels pretty good, and pretty confident in my team to take it to the tournament. So,
Yeah, after that, you guys
So,
have 3 wins and 2 losses. So
mhm.
you
but
guys are
here,
pulling ahead of the even.
but here's the deal. There's still one team that's gone undefeated in the group stage,
Oh
and
yeah.
even then, there's still a huge tie for a 3-2 record.
Mhm. Yeah, I think we can definitely pull out a good run, though. I think we could make it.
So,
So
is there anyone from the other group that you would maybe want to play?
the other group, let's see. Somebody reached out to me early in the season and
Well,
had
there is a couple of teams in the Group B, as you know, in Draft League. It's not a full round robin. You're playing some of the teams in your group, not everyone.
right.
So, is there a team that you're particularly interested in playing later on, or did you already play that team and you had low expectations?
I'm receiving a DM actually from my one of my players saying we want to play Sense's team. Let me see. Um,
We got a little bit of a
oh,
grudge, a rivalry going on.
The Jin Air Glad Planes,
Okay.
EOD. I think we
Quite the
played
name.
them. No, we didn't. But
No,
yeah,
you wouldn't have
EOD.
been able to play them in the group stage, but they still have an undefeated record too. There are a
Oh,
couple other teams who share the same record that you do, 3-2.
yeah. No, we actually played them in our preseason, and I would like a rematch because it was
Ah.
just me and 4 subs. So
Oh yeah, that's gotta feel bad. But what's
yeah.
not gotta feel bad is you getting that thresh pick in game 3. What
Oh
do you
my
think
god.
about that?
Pretty good. Giving
Were you
people reasons to
surprised they
ban it
left it
now.
open?
No, I think they were hoping to get it for their support because I know he plays Thresh a little bit. So,
Hmm.
just think,
but
You certainly put
is
it
this
to
the
good
first
use
time
there.
you've got the Thresh in this draft league? Yeah? So you looked quite dominant on it in that bot lane.
yeah, it felt really good.
Mhm.
It's really nice making like plays around the map, especially mid
Yeah.
lane when I got to pick on the Oriana
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, you definitely looked a lot more proactive than you did on some of your other supports.
Yeah, Braum and Nautilus. Nautilus is coming along, but Braum was kind of suggested to me by Tay, so we just went with it.
Yeah,
So
I think
So there was a moment at in your team in game 2, or maybe it was the other, or maybe it was Guac in this case. They tried to get a lead by killing Baron Nashor, but it ended up being a throw. How did your team react?
oh, the Baron steal from our goated jungler. Yeah, IMAX is great.
yeah,
He said he walked in there and the other jungler just didn't smite. So I don't know. I think it was kind of a throw by the other team.
I believe Smite was down in that case, right? I do
Yeah.
remember someone being Smite being down. So yeah, it's just there did seem to be throws and people being off tempo quite a bit in this series, but you guys seem to really sharpen up. You seem to really find those fights with a few miracle plays from your mid laner, your AD carry there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that last game was really well executed there. And did you have any reason to move Tay into the mid lane there in that first game? Or are you
So
just
that was
feeling
actually a call by Tay. He wanted to swap, try and make see how it went with Soup in the bot lane, but I think after that first game, we made the call to put Soup in the top lane, kind of on a tank, just so he can have some more utility uses, and then we still have our two carries, or our carry on his main role. So it seemed to work pretty well. So
yeah, I've got to say your team it looks good. I mean, going into game 2 and game 3, it really looked like you guys had it figured out. You were getting the soul in both those games and multiple barons like that. That to me, that's how a team should play. It's a really nice organized play. You get the objectives, just these solid advantages that can't be taken away, right? Gold can be taken away, but a giant shield from Mountain Soul that can't be taken away. And yeah, I think your jungler had a really nice performance in these games. He seemed to know when he had to clear and where he had to be, when he had to be there, when he could take a Herald for free. So I just think you guys have really good chances this season.
Oh yeah, and he told me he was only half awake today, so this isn't even him at his best. So
Hey, get that man some coffee during the playoffs.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, if that's not iBox, it is full threat. I'm scared to see what it is. But yeah, I think that's unless anyone else has any other questions.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up, but Sakura Kai, any final shout outs or words of warning to your competitors, maybe?
I want to shout out my jungler for getting a Flame Horizon on that last game on the Trundle.
Sure.
Your that jungler had a beautiful Baron steal.
For sure.
It was exciting when I saw it. Usually stealing Baron, you don't always see a Baron steal. You have to be very lucky to get it, and even then, it's still a sacrifice because after you get the steal, then you can be trading your own life for Baron.
Yeah, man, he was surrounded too. I mean, that's a tough one.
And one last thing, call out to my boy Soup on the Malphite, having the zoning alt on the Kaisa, pushing that tier 2 tower in mid lane during the second game. Very good zoning alt. He did a great job there. Yeah, for sure. So I think that's all I got.
All right. Well, thank you for the interview, Sakura Kai. And thank you to all our viewers out on the Twitch chat. This has been week 5 of the Risen Friday Draft League. I've been your host, Willie, joined by Caden303 and Zyduck, my play-by-play and color caster. With this win, Night Shift Pandas is now 3-2. Team Guac falls behind a little bit to 2-3. And we're hoping to see all you friendly folks next week, same time, 5 p.m. Pacific, Friday. Later.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.